join the stream.
Oh, you're doing Twanch.
Yeah, of course I am. It's Monday.
Oh, there
It's
we
Monday.
go.
It's Chill Gaming Mondays. Not to be confused with Fighting Game Thursdays, which I can't record anymore. Thanks, internet connection. Asshole.
Yeah.
I'll try to get that sorted out as soon as I can, but it might be a while, because there's no way that my folks are gonna let me run a fucking Ethernet through my basement. So,
Yeah.
hopefully, now that I have a paycheck, I can move out soon, and I can, figure it out from there. We'll see. Okay, anyways. It's Bulkaman time.
I can see your stream just fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in it's a festival. It's festival time.
Yes, it is. Also, I just summoned Carmine and Master ZX. I like her that much already. I just like that. I need you to understand. This is the
Nobody is
first
mean
character
about
that's
it.
just a fucking asshole to me. It's such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, in this game. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that kind of energy since Gold and Silver.
Yeah, he's just a fucking hater and he loves it. Okay, where the hell did this fucking guy go? Oh, he's right here. I'm the blind one.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, right, candy apples. I like that foreshadowing. I knew that that Pokemon existed from the trailers, but if you're a dumb kid and didn't watch the trailers, that's like good foreshadowing.
The ogre pawn.
No, that's not Ogerpon. That's for Diplin,
Oh,
the candy apple Pokemon. Kieran just told you, oh yeah, did you know that there's a Pokemon in Kitakami that looks like a candy apple? Wild, huh? It's simple,
my
but like,
gosh.
this is what I've been looking for. Why the fuck is the game a game now? Ash, why did I have to pay $35 to get game out of my game that I paid $60 for?
yeah. Imagine paying $90 for a decent experience.
Yeah, I know. What am I doing?
Nothing.
Ogre Oustin is a traditional game that has been played in Mosui Town since long ago. Gather up berries, bring them to berry tables. Pop the fucking balloons along a slalom course.
Champagne.
Greedy Pokemon may show up to steal your berries, and it's just a
I wonder-
greedent. It's
I was gonna
one
say, I wonder-
greedent.
I wonder who's gonna show up.
It's one greedent. It's one single greedent that's shown in the picture. That's great.
A greedy Pokemon? Say it ain't so. What? How? What?
Huh?
Did I just cheese the fucking boss?
Yes.
Did it?
How did I do that? I'm afraid to do it again. I might get banned. They don't like when you exploit. But I mean, on what like there's a fine line between it's a clever trick, or you're outright defying the rules of the game. Like there was a bug once where people I think were able to like kill bosses that have no right being killed in that fast in like 10 seconds. They got rolled back and or banned.
Rollback?
Yeah, like inventory rollback. Their account, they sent them to gay baby jail where they
Oh.
lost all of their ill-gotten gains.
That sucks.
Well, hey, maybe they shouldn't have cheated. So I did something like. No, now he's alive. How the fuck did I do that? So what happens is the boss she's got 3 phases in this mode. She's on herself, then she summons her dragon mount and gets on it. And then normally that's it, but then in the challenge mode, when she dies, the mount remains and he's angry and he just keeps biting at you. Somehow, and I'm using Necromancy, so I have Death Mark, which is when they reach 30,000 life, they instantly die. Somehow, that like double triggered and just instantly killed the 3rd phase of the boss because he's a completely new entity. He's not like the health bar still. He's a completely different enemy with its own health bar. And now I have like an illegitimate kill time of like a minute.
I literally
instead of, like,
just
a minute
forgot
45.
again that I have a boost feature that functions. I legitimately forgot that there's a boost feature in this game that's functional.
Oh, one more soul to reap. Okay. Are you gonna fight Shenron?
Yeah, I gotta fight Shenron.
Dragon's Quest?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a nice little
literally
picture.
Shenron
You got a nice
because
little
it's
picture.
super-
I like that.
It's a super. He's called Zenlon, which is you know,
Obvious. Yeah.
it's pretty obvious.
Mochi, I assume, work like mints? I would
Like
assume
that
that's
even,
how
that
the
works
Enigma
even better in
Berry.
Japanese because
Why did I get an Enigma
Shenron
Berry?
versus
Zenlon, yeah.
Shenron, yeah, like that's like so obvious.
Well, I beat Carmine's record. How is she going to tell me that I cheated?
Skill issue?
Yeah, she's just gonna say you have a skill issue there, buddy.
XP charm?
And the skill issue is that you won.
Yeah, the skill issue is that I won. It's a skill issue for her, dum-dum.
Exactly.
Why do they give you a charm that gives you even more experience? I feel like that's... You know what? Whatever.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, she wants to beat your record immediately, but she's broke.
Oh, stay out of the spicy floor. That's how you die. Don't stand in the purple lines of fire. You don't want to do that. That's considered a bad move.
Oh, and this is where you meet Ogerpon. Why is this structured like a real story? This...
Oh,
I don't know, Dad.
I don't know, Dad.
I'm sorry, I'm not saying anything. I'm just locked the fuck into this DLC story because it's like decent.
Unlike the main game.
Yeah,
the main game was
literally 2 weeks ago after I immediately finished the base game. Ash can tell you because I think that he sort of skimmed it. I already wrote one version of the script that I'm gonna do to bitch about Scarlet and Violet's script. I literally just scrapped it and rewrote it from scratch over the last couple of days because I'm like, now that I've actually played the DLCs and I saw the post game shit, I'm so much more pissed off at the base game.
Oh, I was gonna say, like in the back of my head, it's like, did he throw it out to make it better, like to go not as hard? And then I thought, no, that wouldn't be right.
No, I went harder on it. I'm like more pissed off at the game than ever now, because it's like, why do I have to pay $35 to get like a real game out of my game?
That sounds terrible.
Oh, because they already got away with it before, didn't they? With Sword and Shield, except that wasn't
Well,
as
Sword
bad.
and Shield wasn't as bad. I think that Sword and Shield's
Yeah.
problem is it didn't stick the landing. And I know that
Yeah,
with
it
that,
seemed like
I have pissed off 80% of the Pokemon fan base. You can lick my 2 nuts.
It seemed like a tolerable story, but I agree. It seemed like when they started getting off the rails a little bit.
I don't
The
know, I
problem
just
was
don't like
literally
farm
nothing up
issues.
until Rose.
Hey, he just has the same model as.
In terms of story, yeah. Yeah, the story was like mostly fine.
Your guys aren't set to auto fight, right?
They are not.
Bet you he doesn't like lightning.
Probably doesn't. Wild Side.
He's flying.
The abilities. Wild Side.
So
It
did they not realize that that's a Pokemon? I thought it was pretty obvious because that did not look like it was human.
Oh, okay. He at least has unique animations.
Holy
it seems.
shit, it's
Like,
holy
Yeah.
shit, that's the name of the show. It's the Teal Mask. I found it. I did it.
Initially, this seemed disappointing that like he's just the same sprite with a longer mustache.
Nah, it kind of it is just technically the same, but you know, they actually added animations to it.
They zhuzhed it up.
Yeah. Thinking. I think it crackled
Right.
at the most.
171 assignment, 33 Reaper Peepers. How many Reaper Peepers do I got? I got 93. I need 300 for a Hydrix.
Sorry, Dylan, give me 2 seconds and I'll finish up my train of logic about Gen 8's story. I'm sorry, I'm like actually locked into this. I like actually want to read the story.
What's your issue with Gen 8?
Give me 2 seconds. I'm reading. I'm locked
Oh,
in.
you're reading.
Yeah, that's why I said give me a second. I gotta do this. I gotta do this story first. That was really genuine. So she is just a tsundere. Okay, I like this. Anyways, Gen 8 doesn't fucking stick the landing because the rest of the story is really, really good. All of the other characters are set up organically and weave in and out of the story because you're all doing the gym challenge, which is just a spectacle. Which makes sense, and that makes Gigantamax fit. Dynamax and Gigantamax is my favorite of the generational gimmicks because it's the only one that actually fits.
Yeah,
it's
you're making your thing
there more for a
huge.
narrative purpose than to be balanced.
It's there's a thing going on in the region that lets them Gigantamax, and that
Yeah.
it's a spectacle.
Yeah, the only real issue with the game crops up pretty much once you're about done with the story.
What, with like Eternatus?
Yeah, because Eternatus is fucking stupid. Oh, hey, I'm Chairman Rose. We have this energy problem that's going to be a problem in a few, like, million years, but I want to solve it now, so I'm going to unleash Armageddon. Like, what the fuck?
I thought because wasn't it? It seemed like they were going the angle of it was like pollution, like it was magic pollution, as it were, like Pokemon pollution, not
I
magic.
think it was. I think it's more along the lines of like energy crisis, or like they're gonna run out of
seemed
energy.
It seemed like they maybe wanted to go with the idea that like the Dynamax energy was like bad for the environment, and them Dynamaxing it was like
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, which
Like, it was
like
basically like- it
which
was like
like
fossil
that would
fuels.
have been fine That would have been fine if it was like, oh, Rose is really against Dynamax Gigantamax, so he created a fucking thing that's basically just gonna absorb all the energy and it went out of control. That's what I originally thought Eternatus was gonna be, because it looks like an eldritch horror abomination.
And also,
instead, it's just like a demon.
Also the Pokemon even lean to that, because there's Corsola is about coral bleaching. Poffing and Weezing have smokestacks.
Yeah, because
like
it's the British region, so it's like the Industrial Revolution fucked up the countryside.
The Industrial Revolution there.
Corsola that are dying due to pollution and they're being bleached because that's what happens. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
And you have you have a smokestack Weezing. And there's probably another one I'm forgetting that was a regional.
I have no idea.
There's Carkol. There's Carkol. That's coal. But it's not bad. It's just I actually like that. That's a clever idea for a fire Pokemon.
Yeah, I like that whole Carkol line, but it's like all of the characters had like a tangible character arc. Even the gym leaders were like one of the better batches because all of them actually had a stake in the plot, more or less. Because like the Elite Four being the different gym leaders that you fought against in a tournament to try and fight Leon, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, I like the idea that it's just a tournament because it's like it's like you're going to nationals instead of just locals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to fight the best of the best, and it's just people who are competing. They're bringing their A game, and then you get to fight Leon with all of his sponsorships on his cape.
Yeah, and like that's what makes sense about it, because the whole story of Generation 8 is you're going and you want to be a celebrity. I told you before, like Gen 8 made me feel like a kid again, and that's why. That's such a tangible kid goal.
It's a neat idea that it's a lot more like. Because, like, Gen 7 has some, obviously has the legendary shenanigans, but it's kind of like it's similar, but it's almost like a hero's journey, where it's like you're going around and you're learning different, I mean, they teach you a very simple, like, way to activate the whatchamajiggers, the bracelet. Like the...
Yeah, but that's more for a spectacle for the show end of it, because you're putting on a show for an audience, right? Because you're becoming a celebrity, so you want to put on a good show.
In Gen 7, where you're doing the various challenges.
Oh, I didn't hear the Gen 7 part. Sorry, my focus is split right now. But like, yeah,
it's similar to Gen 8, where it's like you're just going around and competing, but it's more like you're just learning.
Well, that's like an actual coming of age ritual, which is like,
yeah,
it's very similar. The problem is, I don't think they went far enough with it.
And then eventually like it sort of pivots from like, well, I guess it's showing the idea is that you're traveling, it's coming of age, and then you do something to fix the problem, as it were, with the Ultra Beasts. And
part of the Ultra Beast is like it's a very literal interpretation of an invader. That's what the Aether Foundation is. It's the invaders of Hawaii who are trying to take away the culture. You, instead, are embracing the culture because you moved there. That's a really good conflict until Ultra fucked it up, but let's not talk about Ultra.
We don't talk about Ultra.
I know nothing about Ultra.
You don't want to know about Ultra. You trust me, you don't. Especially not from me. You don't want to know about Ultra Sun and Moon from me.
I like the original Gen 7. It was pretty good.
It was good. I liked Sun and Moon. I also liked Sword and Shield until I didn't. It's a very stark shift. I like Sword and Shield, and then all of a sudden I don't. The entire climax ruins it, and it's purely it's just like.
I like that they started off like they let the cat out of the bag immediately with like you get a chance encounter with the legendaries. Like I thought that was a neat idea.
In Gen 2?
Even though they're like. No, in Gen 8, where you just immediately see them.
In Gen 8. In Gen 8, yeah. So when you see them in the forest, I think that would have been fine if they left it at that and they didn't do anything else with it and then let you find them again when the story was over. Because huge problem with Gen 8's climax is when you get Zacian / Zamazenta for free. because
Yeah,
that just means you were a chosen one. You were the one who was destined to beat Eternatus because it was divine providence. So, of course Leon's not gonna beat you after that. Of course you did the gym challenge. You were fucking predestined to do it. Of course you were gonna win. You were the fucking chosen one.
And I think they tried to rehash what they had with Gen 7. Because with Gen 7, I mean, they have, like, Cosmog and Cosmom, and it's like, oh, what is this thing?
Oh, I hate those three dipshits even more now. I didn't fully know the legend, I just knew that they were troublemakers. I fucking hate those three dipshits even more now. Okie Dokie, Doki Dogi, Monkey Dory, and Pheasantipity, I think are their fucking names. I hate those.
What the hell are you talking about?
I hate those things.
There's 3 legendaries in
the Kitakami DLC, plus Ogrepon, and then I think there's one more Pecha Runt?
Pecharunt, yeah.
Gen 9 stuff.
That's a different bag of worms.
I know nothing about Pecharunt other than it exists. In the same way that up until now, I only knew that Ogrepon, Okidogi, Pheasantipity, and Monkey Dory existed. I couldn't stand them upon their reveal. I can't stand them even more now. I hate these guys. These guys are douchebags.
It's always been a thing with every gen that the legendary... I mean, Gen 1 is a little more just kind of all over the place, but like they mention Mewtwo and then you go find Mewtwo. But then like after that, every gen...
Well, Gen 2, in Gen 2 you also get actual legends because of the Burned Tower and Sprout Tower.
No, I'm just...
And also if you seek out and read the books, it's very similar to Gen 1. After that, it's like...
No, Mello. I'm just speaking about the legendaries, not any stories associated with them, but that they're important to the plot. That just like... But it's more like they just kind of are there. Like, some NPC says, hey, here's this thing. Yeah, like with the Burned Tower. Like, yeah, oh, it's the beasts or whatever.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, so there's actually an interview about that. So after Gen 2, it was actually said that people are afraid of fun and didn't like a lot of the Gen 2 decks because it was silly and not like hardcore, basically. So as of Gen 3, they entirely changed their design philosophy and they tried to make all of their shit more cool. So that's why legendaries were involved in the stories after that, which...
And even still, no...
I think is worse overall, even though it can be good sometimes. Like, I think the Giratina plot in Platinum is good.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, Giratina, it's pretty much fine.
Yeah, and then in Black and White, the entire shit between Zekrom, Kyurem, and Reshiram is, like, the entire crux of the story.
Yeah, like, Giratina, like, I mean, with Platinum, like, actually, were they in Diamond and Pearl or no?
Giratina? Yeah, it was just you had to go to...
In the cave, yeah.
What was it? It was the end of, one of the ruins?
There was a... Oh god, I forgot.
What's it? It's where you catch Unknown, right? It's that set of caves?
No.
Isn't it at the end of that?
It's named the same, but it's different. It's a different part of it.
Yeah, I know. There's a separate part of it that you unlock towards the end. And then at the end of it, you fight Giratina Origin.
Giratina. No, you don't get Origin and...
sorry, not Origin. Not Origin. You fight Giratina and it can't get Origin is what I meant.
Gen 3, it's like they want to have the critters to do the thing that their side wants because, I don't know, they're like environmental extremists, but for one element. Land or sea. And then Rayquaza is there too. And it's like, okay, it's dumb, but whatever. And then eventually you face the legendaries. And then it's... Giratina's there and Cyrus was the leader, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to, like, use it because he, you know, the cosmos and whatever.
Well, he wants to create a new universe, is basically what Cyrus's motivation is. And then in Platinum, he gets stopped because Giratina is just like, bitch. You're going to hell.
Yeah, it's the balancing force because it's antimatter.
Yeah.
And that's cool. And then you just, like... I mean, they make you go, but the idea is kind of like of your own volition. You're like, I want to go to the fuck dimension and see what's going on in there, because, you know...
Well, yeah, because also if Giratina goes unchecked and the balance gets disturbed, the whole world is going to get fucked up.
Yeah, so you just kind of go there. And then Gen 5 I know nothing about, but the crux is that the story is the, like, splicing of Kyurem. And... Gen 6, I only vaguely know that, like, Lysander captures it, right? And, like, keeps it locked up?
I'm not gonna try and truncate the story of Black and White, because a lot of it is like...
No, Gen 6.
Oh, Gen 6?
Yeah, like Sander, with the Yveltal Ore
Oh,
journey.
sorry, you moved on to Gen 6. Sorry, I have to keep balancing two different things here, sorry. I'm sorry if I'm not following the conversation fully. I keep trying to have to balance two different things here. So, in Generation 6, okay, so there's this ultimate weapon that Lysander wants to use because he's an asshole, and that story doesn't work because Zygarde is just off in some fucking cave somewhere. So, depending on the game that you have, how the ultimate weapon works is you're either using the power of death to destroy everything, or the power of life to destroy everything, which doesn't make any sense.
Rewrite the world, just start life over.
Yes, he just wants to say, yeah, fuck it, we need a reset. That's the you know, humanity is unpure. I must rid it of all of its impurities.
Isn't this whole thing beauty? Like, you know, he's like a fashion prima donna.
Yes, yes,
like
it's beauty. The world is not beautiful. Is basically what it is.
So he wants to destroy. I mean, that's kind of okay. Whatever.
Was that a Chimecho wind chime that I just saw?
But regardless, it's like, again, it's there, and then you like deal with it. Like you try to like face it and capture it yourself because it is a legendary, and it's, you know, you don't want to leave it unchecked. But you know, we'll trust it in the hands of like a 14-year-old. That's fine. Whatever.
Look, it's Pokemon. Just live out the power trip.
And then with 7, it kind of reaches its zenith, where the legendaries have always been important to the story, but they kind of are just like a one-note thing. Like somebody's trying to use them, or they show up to fix something that people are meddling with, like Rayquaza.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And then in Gen 7, you technically have it. Well, your friend has it. She has it for the whole journey, but you don't know it. And then, like,
yeah, and then once it evolves, it unlocks basically Armageddon, which is why it was in that form. Because Lusamine is a douchebag.
Yeah, like it does it kind of in response to the whole Ultra Beast thing, and then it also like crosses. Isn't it technically timelines it crosses? Like it goes to the opposite, like.
So
like if it's,
I don't think it's ever been explicitly stated
like
what the Ultra Dimension is.
Opposite.
What Ultra Space is. I think it's just a pocket dimension, is what it is.
No, not the Ultra Dimension. Don't you just sort of switch time of day, basically? Like you ride Solgaleo and go to like it's the same world, but now it's like nighttime or something.
Oh no! In Sun and Moon, all that happens is day and night are switched.
Oh,
so like if you're playing Moon during the daytime, it'll be nighttime. That's all that happens, which is neat. If nothing else, it doesn't really change much. It's just kind of neat.
And then I thought for briefly the legendary basically switches it again because it's like
when you're at the temple for the cutscene, yeah.
Yeah, the temple. That's yeah.
When you're at the temple, because like in Moon, I believe it will always be nighttime, and in Sun, I think it will always be daytime, just because of what you're summoning.
Yeah, and then it's like that's fine, and then it like takes you like it can cross dimensions, so it takes you to the Ultra.
Well, yeah, because it is an Ultra Beast, which is a neat way to tie it into Ultra Beasts.
But it's also like the guardian of, it's like a guardian protector.
It's a guardian. It's technically also a guardian deity.
Yeah.
So it's like it's making the mythology real, sort of like it did in Gen 4.
And it's neat that it does that because it's a better version of Gen 4 and it works for what it is because the whole idea is it's a parallel to Hawaiian culture and it's like it's a deity.
Yeah, and it's also a take on literal like invasive species, which Hawaii has had a problem with, and also just regular invaders. Because that's what the Aether Foundation is, and the whole thing is like, oh, you are going around and embracing the culture on your coming-of-age journey. And then these guys at the Aether Foundation are big science guys, and they're just like, yeah, fuck your culture.
Yeah, you get rid of the Corpo slop and you win.
Yeah,
Also,
it's a good, well-conceived story. Yeah. Just leave him on the table for now. I'll get him later. I got it.
still pissed that they don't really do anything with Lusamine.
That's my one big problem with Sun and Moon story,
she turns
is that
into a squid mutant and then nothing happens. She just fights you with Pokemon.
I don't mind that part of it. My problem is that she doesn't really have a lot of screen time. Like, it's very obvious she's the villain. I think that much is very clear.
You barely see her, and she has that aura to her.
Yeah,
that
like,
you just
the issue with Lusamine is not the way that she is. Her screen time is very effective, because she's a very effective character. The problem is she just needed more screen time, which she doesn't get in Ultra, but if I talk about Ultra here, I might pop a blood vessel.
And then, through this long, meandering journey across the gens, we get to my final point, which is Gen 7 had a neat way of, like, almost directly involving the Legendary in, like, the most upfront way it could possibly be.
Without being stupid.
And it was satisfactory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem with Gen 8 is
strike twice.
Yeah, but the problem with that is mostly the setup. It's the setup, because, Solgaleo and Lunala feel mostly disconnected from your island trial until you learn the lore. Then you learn the lore, and then you also peripherally are helping Lily. So all of its plots intersect naturally, right?
Yeah, and then
in Gen 8...
they solve the issue of the Foundation and the Ultra Beasts. Like,
yes.
At the end, it's like...
Yes, and then Lusamine goes to Kanto to reform, basically.
Yeah, problem solved, and then you get to do the Elite Four, which is, like, I like that also that it's not a thing, like, there's no champion. Because
the champion is, like, the champion is you. I like that bit, too, because you have to defend your title, basically.
Yeah, like, nobody completed the challenge and got there yet, because it's, like...
Because it's a brand new league.
Kind of new.
It's a brand new league. That's a huge piece of what I like about Gen 7 and 8, is they actually show some of the inner workings of the league.
Yeah, with Gen 7 it's brand new because it's an island culture that, like, is just learning that Pokemon are, like, a sensation everywhere, and there's leagues.
Yeah, and then in Gen 8 you get to literally see the passing of the torch from Professor to her protege with Sonia. And you get to see the passing of the torch from gym leader to gym leader after Opal recruits Bade. Which is a neat way to tie all of those arcs together. The problem with involving the legendaries in those stories is that Gen 8 is very character-driven. And because it's very character-driven, the lore around the world doesn't really matter outside of just establishing, like, oh, you kind of have to do the Arthurian legend, right? You kind of have to have, like, Aegis and Excalibur. The problem is...
I am wishing for... I just beat Zenlon, and I have to make a wish, and one of the options was completely blank, so I was able to pick it for some reason.
What is the blank? What does it do? Do you just not make a wish?
No.
Oh no, what happens?
I think he opened a rift. Oh,
you picked the null option, so he gave you the null option, a tear in reality.
That's awesome, I love that.
Wait, so if you don't pick that, do you just not get the super boss?
Well, you can burst him as many times as you want.
Okay.
As you keep going down the...
Did you wish for power, wish for money?
I didn't notice you there, Bonsai.
Wish for Daddy to come back to life. Wish for the cool sword. Wish for a cool haircut.
And if you wish for Daddy to come back, does he say that's beyond my power?
I have no idea. The other times they did it, they've done wishes. All of them were able to come through. So there's no reason why it shouldn't be able to happen there.
But okay, so with Gen 8, as you were saying, because it's character driven and it's like you said, it invalidates everything. You're just a kid trying to be a celebrity, and then at the end it's like you were destined to get the legendary. So now it's like the hero's journey is pointless.
Yeah, because it invalidates all of the rest of the journey. You didn't know that you were going to be a chosen one until the end, and because you're a silent protagonist, you can't even do what they did in, like, Avatar, where you'll get, like, oh yeah, Aang is the chosen one, but he initially refused the call to action and completely fucked up the world in the process. Right? Because he is literally a chosen one, and you still get the satisfaction of seeing this kid grow in real time.
And then
You don't get that in Gen 8 because you're silent. All of the other characters do all of the growing, and then you're just left with an arc that's just like, yeah, you were the chosen one the whole time, you're gonna beat the shit out of Leon, because of course you are, and it just completely mitigates your own, like,
and then
your own achievements. Like, the gym challenge was a foregone conclusion. The gym challenge was a foregone conclusion, because then it's like, yeah, when even Leon can't catch Eternatus, but you can because you were chosen by the fucking legendaries of the region, of course Leon's gonna lose.
It's just, here you go, here's your magic sword dog and or shield dog. Now go kill God, or we'll capture
and
God.
then that completely ruins Hop's arc too, who has to realize that, like, he's got a long way to go to get out of his brother's shadow. And then Marnie and Bade... Okay, Bade actually comes out mostly unscathed. He's just still a fucking asshole to you from start to finish. I love that.
Okay, so just remind me, what are their deals? Is Marnie literally just famous? Wasn't that what it was? She's like...
No, so
She's famous in her
Marnie
hometown,
wants
she's
to be
the-
famous because she basically lives in fucking Liverpool, I guess.
Yeah,
Like the
Liverpool
poor
or
part,
something. It's
the
fucking
poor part of town. So she has
like
like
around
the growing fan base that is Team Yell, which is basically just Pokemon's
they're the
take on
hooligans
toxic
for
fan
hometown.
bases.
Yeah, they're her
And
her
then
toys from her home.
and then her deal is she has like a hard time smiling basically, so she wants to be good for the crowd. So she's trying like really hard, but she also wants to do it the right way because she's got a good heart. The other part of that is she wants to do it without Dynamaxing, basically, right? Because she's like, I don't need that much of a spectacle, I just want to be good for the sake of being good, right?
Yeah.
And then they fuck it up because her final battles has her Dynamax.
Yeah.
Oh, the gimmick was actually good the whole time. I'm sorry. Please give me my social credit score back.
Like, come on.
I found the rip in reality.
That is indeed a rift in reality. And then what? Oh,
Temple of Trial. Oh god.
you've got
Oh good lord.
you've got 6 trials ahead of you. And then what is Bade? Is Bade the president, the chairman's son, or am I misremembering?
Sorry, what was that?
Bede? No,
Bade.
he's a
No,
he's
so
a,
Bade is
he's just some guy up the street who.
yeah,
who
he's
was
like
taking
he's
him
like an
from the road.
orphan who just like wants to really do good. So then when Chairman Rose recruits him, he's like, haha, I have a sponsorship and I'm better than you are. And then he like bungles it all up because he tries to do Rose a favor because he wants to be better than everybody. Then Rose is like, you completely fucked up. You destroyed like a historical site. Get out. And then Opal recruits him and he's like, I fucking hate pink, but whatever. I get to beat you. He's just a douchebag. He's blue. He's silver. He's just just a dick.
Which, you know, that's a nice change of pace. Consider everybody sucks your dick in the rest of the games.
it's a
I
change
will
of
say
pace and-
I didn't get that much of the dick sucking from like Hop or Marnie. I didn't really get a lot of it. It just seemed like Hop is basically just easily excited and wants to live up to Leon. That felt like a good rival who was like blue, who wasn't an asshole. Basically, was how I would describe it.
Well, that's how it was in Gen 7.
And then
too,
Marnie
because
was
it's like
something
everybody having
wholly
fun.
unique. Marnie was something all to herself. That's something that hasn't been done in Pokemon, and I wish that they'd try it again, because it's like... Minus that they didn't stick the landing, it's a really good base for a character. Like, and then you have all the little hidden bits with her, where, like, she's alone in a hotel room, and she's like, hey, Morpeko, I need you to rate my smile. It's cute! It's cute! Like, Marnie is a
I
cute character who just doesn't
I
stick the
appreciate
landing.
when your rival is, like a jerk, you know? Like, well, I mean, you have 3 rivals, sort of. Actually, no, because technically Marnie's the team. The
Marnie's
bad
technically
team.
sort of the evil team, but she is also your rival. It's like... It's no different than
Yeah,
N
it's
in
good.
that concept, who's technically your third rival
Yeah.
in Black and White 1.
Yeah, that's actually good that it's not just there's an evil team. Not that Gen 7 had an evil team, it's more that they were just hooligans.
No, yeah, but that made sense for Gen 7, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Also, they
story.
were
It's a
great.
story that's about going on a coming of age story. So who are the delinquents? The people who don't want you to do the coming of age story because they're projecting.
And they're just being rowdy
Yeah,
misfits.
it worked
And they're
for
great.
Gen 7. It worked
Team
for
Skull
Gen
is great.
7.
I think they're my favorite. I think they're my favorite bad team, as it were, because they're
I'd
just
say so.
hooligans. And
Yeah,
Guzma's
they're just-
great. I love Guzma.
You're just
Yeah.
dudes.
Yeah, they're just guys, and they're petty assholes still. Like, it still
And in
works.
this, again,
They're still, like,
again,
good
it's the same
antagonists
Gen-
for you.
Gen 8, they're very similar with Team Yell, but at least it still fits the setting.
It's
That,
that
like,
that
they're
is more
rowdy,
for
but
a
they're just
theme.
diehard fans.
That's
Yeah.
more for a theme. It's good that it did that theme because it's like, yeah, toxic fan bases. That's what they're commentating on
They're
with
football
them.
hooligans. Yeah, literally. They're just football hooligans.
Yeah. Which that works. It's a good concept for an evil team there because like Generation 8's story doesn't need a
Sports.
traditional villain. It doesn't
Really,
need a
it's just
traditional villain
sports,
because it's
yeah.
just competing.
It's sports. Like,
Yeah.
in
You're
the
just
truest sense
competing
of, like,
against
what
each other.
Pokemon
That's what
always
made the
was.
gym leaders work because it's like, yeah, the gym leaders are technically still supposed to be sort of your teaching tools and to make sure that you're ready to like take on the league afterwards because they're still like testing you. But then once the gloves come off in the final arenas, they're like, yeah, gloves off, sweetie. Let's duke it out.
And that's the thing too, is like
Because all of them want to
I
fight
think-
Leon to be top dog.
Gen 8 was great at doing what Pokemon was supposedly the entire time, where it's like your Pokemon trainers and there's gyms, that it's like a sport. Because you didn't really have like in the anime they have audiences for like certain
Yeah,
gyms. And
that
stuff,
was
too.
that was what drew my eye too, because it's like they're taking that very literally. Now you just have an actual audience in the gym.
Because like Gen 1 through even
Yeah, because
well,
like
7, it
because
didn't make
supposedly
sense.
people pay attention to the league a lot, but there was never any point where like, oh yeah, this is where the league is. So like
Instead, it feels
people
like
are gonna watch
profession,
who's
you know?
going
It's like
through the
you're-
league.
Like you're just going through the motions. Like it's fine like on its own if you turn your brain off, but looking at it, it's like you're just going to a place and getting a certification, basically.
Right. Now, granted, I'm gonna give that a pass until maybe Gen 6, because I'm pretty sure that part of that is just hardware limitations.
Yeah, like there's no audience. Like fair, no audiences. There are people supporting the leader in the gyms. You know, there's always the pre.
Yeah, you have those, and you have like people who know the gym leaders around you. Like there are pieces to the gym leader that still work, right? It's just I don't know that they had the resources to implement like an audience like they do in Gen 8.
Yeah, like Gen 8 because it's on the Switch, it's new hardware.
Yeah,
They were finally
and then,
able to,
like-
make it come to life.
Yeah, and then like Gen 7 also has an excuse because that's a coming of age story that takes place in the middle of a fucking island. You're
And
not
the
supposed to
and the
have an
league is just
audience.
starting. Yeah, yeah, the league is just starting. It's just people going around doing stuff.
Oh, he's getting fucking pissed now, Kieran. This kid's going through it.
And it's I think the issue is that as
He's
you
gonna
said,
tell you not to come to school tomorrow.
as you said,
I'm like pretty
Uh,
sure that's where he's going. He's like ready to drop.
you said there was an interview. What was it for? Like when Gen 3 happened? Because that was also
Yeah,
a quote-unquote
I forget
reboot
if it was
series.
after Gen 3 and they were looking back on it retroactively, or if it was during the development of Gen 3, but there's an interview with... It was either Masuda or whoever the director of Gen 3 was, I forget who. It might have been
Well, 'cause
Tajiri.
Gen
I'm not
3
I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that that interview does exist, and they basically said, we're going to make Pokemon cooler because we got complaints in Gen 2 that it wasn't cool enough.
And that was the point, because Gen 3 was, for like anyone who knows about Pokemon, like more than surface level, is that it was supposed to be a reboot of sorts. The Pokemon were now like cooler, more humanoid, and like kick-ass looking, like Blaziken. Look at Blaziken.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's a
Blaziken
Kung
is
Fu
a good
champ.
metric of that, because that's like, yeah, look at how badass this is when compared to, like, fucking Slugma.
Or like, like even I mean, for alligators, cool. I like Feraligatr, but he's still
No,
like, just,
there are a lot of cool Pokemon even before then. It's just like I think that
Well, I mean,
people
look at
like
Ampharos,
don't
yeah, like,
appreciate
look
shit
at-
like, oh, here's Delibird, a Pokemon that only exists to be Santa Claus. Why is
There's
it here?
Delibird, there's
Don't worry about it.
Delibird,
Wooper,
Champlup,
Octillery,
Flaffy,
Mantine,
Ampharos.
the
like,
babies, like
they're just like animals, and not even like cool looking ones.
Yeah.
Most of them.
yeah, which is like, don't get me wrong, I like a lot of the designs post Gen 1 and 2, but Gens 1 and 2 had more of a generalized simplicity to
I think
them.
it's because they finally caught on. You know, like I mean, okay, Gen 1 Pokemon was good too, but like now it became a sensation, a franchise. And the first one was supposed to be just like collecting bugs, basically. And that's why the designs were like simple animal dinosaurs.
Well, like
Like,
part of
they-
that was system limitations, but because of the system limitations, they wanted to make all of the creatures essentially timeless. And I think that they
Yeah.
succeeded at that.
For what they were
don't
basic.
personally believe that any Pokemon from Generation 1 or 2 are like god awful. I don't
they
I
are
think
very
that if
classic.
any of those Pokemon are your least favorite, you better have a damn fucking good reason why.
I mean, I can understand like Voltorb. Like
No, because Voltorb was supposed to be the Mimic. Voltorb and Electrode are the series
No,
Mimic.
I mean, yeah, they are, and that worked for Gen 1 because the items literally were a Pokeball.
The item boxes, yeah.
Like, it would have been neat. It's not that kind of game, but it would have been neat, like, in the same sense of, like, how Dragon Quest always has slimes.
Yeah.
The Mimic evolved to be whatever the appearance of the boxes were in... Like, in Colosseum.
Okay.
Imagine if in Colosseum
They were
Electrode
like
looked the
cubes.
boxes.
They were the cubes.
Yeah.
So they actually
Yeah.
did sort of do that in Legends Arceus, where their appearance mimics the older design of the Pokeball.
Oh, yeah, like the first prototype Pokeballs. That
Yeah,
are, like,
yeah,
the-
yeah. Like the ones that they were
with the
using
teeth.
in ancient Hisui.
Yeah. No, I know that because they're also then like firework balls, which is cool. I like that. I like Hisui and Voltorb.
Yeah.
It's also cool that they're grass type because it's
Wood.
Yeah, it's
Pokeballs
wood.
are
They
made
were
of
all made out of wood because everything is
Yeah,
crafted.
they're wood, and then because they explode.
Pokeballs
they're
are also made out of apricorn, so it just kind of loops
Yeah.
around very nicely.
Yeah, it's like
the
it's
firework
like
ball
a
works.
surprisingly thorough continuity. Legends Arceus,
That-
with like how the
yeah, no,
Pokeballs
there's-
were originally made, and with like how Voltorb evolved very literally to just keep mimicking the Pokeball. Like I think that there need to be like even more versions of Voltorb, Electrode, and then Amoonguss and
That's what I
Fungus
said,
too,
like,
and like
just-
more
just,
other
like,
mimics.
More designs.
They need
'Cause they're-
more
it's not-
shit like that, because they need, like, okay, you find more item boxes on the ground. Well, you have the yellow ones now, so why isn't there, like, a yellow version of the Mimic Pokemon? For, like, the ones that
Yeah,
are
even if
TMs.
And then they try that with what's a Gimmighoul? Because it's
Gimmighoul?
literally a mimic. Like it's like a
That
Gimmighoul
it's supposed to
is
be
more
a
like a
literal
toy.
mimic, but it's also it's also
not
just like a
implemented
little
like
thing
a
that gives you
mimic.
coins.
oh, it's not implemented
it-
as a mimic. That sucks.
It's not implemented as a
No,
mimic.
it's not implemented as a mimic. You encounter it on the overworld, and then if you encounter it outside of the treasure chest, it gives you a coin, and then it fucks off. And then if you encounter it in the chest, it fights you. And then it turns into Goldengo, which is its own thing.
And they even like. I mean, I'm trying to say like, I want to say they have, in the back of their minds, mimic Pokemon in concept, and I like it's a bit of a stretch, but not really. But I want to say like.
Well, they have, like,
Vanillite
Mimikyu.
and- Well, no, they have Vanillite and like Sinistee, where it's like they're just objects.
They have Sinistcha now as well.
Yeah, that too. But it's like literally, it's just a teapot or teacup, but it's like a ghost, like it's a poltergeist.
Well, yeah, because
like,
as Pokemon went on, they started to run out of, like, very simple designs that they could do, so they started to get specific. So now Pokemon, like, resemble very specific animals in real life, a job that you can get in real life, like how Cinderace is just a football player, or,
and
like,
that
just
works, but
regular real-world
what I'm getting at
objects.
is like Vanillite and Sinistee are just objects, so it's like they are mimics, but not really.
Kind
And
of,
it's
yeah.
like-
and then a part of that is, oh, we modeled something after the Pokemon. Because, like, in Gen 5, you have the Castelia Cone, which is modeled to look like a Vanillite.
Yeah. So, like, they had in the back of their mind the idea of, like, or like, even Appleton or whatever.
Yeah,
and
Applin and its 2 evolutions that are just apples.
Yeah, like, that could have been a thing. I mean, not that apples exist in this world. It's all citrus and chesto and whatever berries, but...
Well, actually, there are apples, because you evolve them with apples.
Oh, dude.
And also,
I
in this DLC, you've literally purchased candy apples.
Well, in that sense, they could have had that as a thing where it's like, like fucking Animal Crossing, where you shake fruits out of trees, and then you get an applin because it's an apple. Actually, that would be a poor survival tactic to disguise yourself as an apple and hide in the tree where things are going to be eating apples.
Yeah, I don't think that would fly there.
Which makes me wonder why. Like, it's a cool Pokemon. I think it's cute, but why? Why look like an apple? Like, that's a bad survival tactic.
So what it actually is Applin is the worm in the apple.
Oh, right. And then there's the one evolution where it's like a... It's like
There's one where it well, both of them
flies.
are dragons, but one of them is like, oh, we baked it like a pie so it got really big. And then the other one is like, it uses the core of the apple as like a base to use the edges of the apple as wings.
Yeah, like it peels. Like it peels
Yeah.
out and it has
Yeah,
wings,
yeah.
Which just means that it's like... The worm is just inside the apple still, but it's like now a butterfly or something.
Yeah.
Or I guess a dragon, but yeah. It's a worm with a Y. Can I say I'm not a big fan of Dragapult?
Really?
I don't like it that much.
It's like... In the same sense that, like, I mean, I like my Dragonmons, but I feel like it's weird that it's like a jet engine, like it's like a fighter jet.
It's
Then it
supposed to be a
also has, like-
stealth bomber, but
Yeah.
And it
I
has
just
like the
don't
body
like-
dangling off
I
it. and-
love Dragapult. I think that it's really silly in
Yeah,
a way
it's-
that appeals to me.
I think the edges could have been a little more curved, so it's
I
not just
think,
like,
yeah,
oh,
I think, yeah, the head
this
is like
a
very
stealth
rigid.
bomber. Yeah.
Yeah, the head is very rigid that it doesn't look like. I mean, it is steel, isn't it? Isn't it steel dragon?
No, it isn't. It's Ghost
No,
Dragon.
it's Ghost
because
Dragon.
It's a stealth bomber.
Oh, because it's stealth.
Yeah, it's
no,
a-
that's
it's
okay then.
Ghost Dragon.
It looks really rigid. You would think it's steel.
Hmm.
Like the fact that I got confused about the type means that its design is like it doesn't really speak to me.
Yeah.
I will say it doesn't really
I
communicate
don't-
that it's
I
Ghost
don't
very
hate-
well. I
I
think
don't-
that that's
I don't
fair.
hate it.
I think that that's
Yeah, like
fair. Like, it doesn't really
I
communicate
don't-
that it's Ghost particularly well.
I don't hate the design. I just don't think it's the best like showing of like.
It's
an
not
interesting,
my
like-
favorite Gen 8 mon by any means either, but it's definitely like it appeals to me. So like
I like
I
the
like
idea-
it, but I don't love it. It's
like
not
the
my
idea that
favorite
it's-
Gen 8 design.
The idea that it's a stealth bomber, like I get it. I like that idea, but that also feels like weird.
Well,
for
there's like
Pokemon.
again, that's partially a piece of Gen 8 that like how do I want to put this? A lot of the designs of the Pokemon, especially the ones that have like a very rigid like job or classification that it's modeled after, because Gen 8 couldn't show off Pokemon like Legends or Violet did, it kind of is just stuck with whatever it does in battle and whatever it does on the overworld, which isn't very much. It basically just runs and then it has its 2 attack animations and that's it. Because, like, I think that that's a huge reason for why I didn't like Inteleon at first, until I saw it in action, right?
Yeah.
Like, Dreepy and Dragapult and Drakeloak in Violet, it's a little bit clearer what they're supposed to be, because they kind of like, oh, they hover over the water, and, like, you actually see them hovering, and they kind of, like, pick places where they blend in a little bit.
What is it said you found out with Inteleon? Is that it like...
I hated the fucking backplates that it had, basically, until I learned that it was a
like-
glider. Like,
It's
just a
everything
legit-
that it has is supposed to be a James Bond gadget.
Yeah, and like you just thought it was like a weird cape because it's like.
Yeah, I thought it was just like a weird cape. So without seeing that and without thinking of like, well, how does Inteleon eat? I never really got what the design was supposed to do until I saw it in
And
action
it
in
also
the
doesn't
anime.
help with the starter, so like it doesn't roam around. Like it's there.
Yeah,
You have it in your party, and then
yeah.
you deploy it.
Yeah, like Cinderace, I got the idea of. It's hard not to. I also get
Yeah.
the idea with Rillaboom. I just fucking hate that entire line.
I'm ashamed that Rillaboom. Like I like the idea, like a big monkey with big drum. I like that, but it's It also isn't a good Pokemon, but that's neither here nor there.
No,
Yeah.
it was really good once it got grassy terrain, but
Oh yeah, that came later.
yeah, it came later.
Why is there a Milotic that just came out to fight me?
I don't know.
Beautiful. That's why. You're ugly.
Well, fuck you, Luigi!
I mean, no, like I don't know how Milotic actually. I don't know if they're like they look down on things they consider not beautiful.
No, I think that this is just supposed to be like the guardian of the lake or something. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Can I try to catch this thing, or is she just not gonna be like, no, fuck you? My guess is no, fuck you.
That feels like something in an anime episode that I mentioned, like a Milotic that's very vain, and it just looks down upon anything it doesn't find beautiful, like itself.
Milotic doesn't have the... Yeah, I can't even select Pokeballs. I hate it here.
So it's a
Oh,
forced
whatever.
battle without any like nothing.
I have no say in the
Beat it
matter.
up.
It's a forced boss
Beat it up.
battle. I use that loosely.
Yeah, like it's an inescapable fight. It's a boss battle or mini boss, and you can't even catch it.
Yeah. Oh well, whatever.
Can I say, to just go more harping on how good the old gens were? The Gyarados of the Lake. I thought that was clever.
Yeah, the Lake of Rage was clever. I like
Everyone
the Lake of Rage.
As a way to like introduce, like, because shinies were a thing in that because of now we have more color.
Yeah, but it also still showcases how, like, without the help of Giovanni, Team Rocket is, like, dead in the water.
Yeah, like it works. Yeah, like it works in the story, and it's also cool that it shows off a shiny in an interesting way because it's like everybody knows Gyarados. Now it's
Yeah.
a red one.
Yeah, it's a good way to introduce shiny Pokemon, and it does technically tie into the
Like,
story,
otherwise
even
you're
though,
not
like,
gonna, see it.
even though Gen 2
Yeah,
doesn't really have a big focus on story.
Because of how random shinies are, you might not actually encounter a shiny, so it's a good way to show you
Yeah.
they exist.
Yeah, and then, every kid on the playground loves talking about the red Gyarados that they got.
Oh Jesus, you're getting literally stomped.
Well done. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh my God, you got away. Good for you.
Yep. Let's not do that. If there's a It's the thing about that dungeon is that you have to have either claws or boomerangs, otherwise you have to equip either claws or boomerangs, otherwise you get a massive debuff to all your stats, which is why those things were
Why-
doing like 4,000
why?
damage.
The
It's
trial. What's the?
you have to get through the dungeon. That was that trial, but it's a
Okay,
dumb trial.
I got very
and,
worried for a
weapons
second.
Are,
I got
and
extremely worried
weapons
for a
are-
second.
And weapons are
Okay.
limited by class.
I
So I would have to reclass for this shit. I'm not doing
Oh,
that.
Okay,
I'm
so
not
I just got
reclassing.
really fucking scared for a second. So in the water is all these Magikarps, but there are also all of these Slugmas around. So I thought that in the water was just a Slugma until I saw Magikarp's fin. So I thought like, oh, that thing's fucking dead.
So what I'm
it turns
going
into
to
obsidian. Don't you know
Yeah.
Minecraft?
it's Minecraft.
No, Dylan, you know I don't play Minecraft.
What I'm going to do is just put this on the lowest difficulty because I do not want to fucking reclass for this shit.
Oh, I forgot. I was gonna say it would be cool if Slugma turned into obsidian, but my cargo. Like, that kind of
Yeah.
is what it is. It's shell.
Yeah. It's
We
the
need
lava
to make
snail.
a new. We need to make a new Slugma that isn't literally just an incubator. Like that's all it was ever good for. It doesn't have good stats.
That is a larger problem with some of Gen 2's Pokemon, in part because of the way that Pokemon used to be designed.
Yeah,
I
they just didn't
thoroughly
carry forward
believe that
well.
Magcargo was designed the way it was because they were too scared of giving a Pokemon stats above 200. Right? Because Magcargo
Yeah.
has a really fucking high defense stat.
Except
That's
for Blissey, but we don't
useless.
talk about that.
Well, Blissey had to worry about fighting types, I think
Yeah,
was
we
the
don't.
logic
We don't
there.
talk. Yeah. Even
Because
if it
like
wasn't
it's an
implemented that
HP
well.
sponge, but it has no defense. If you hit it with a
Yeah,
you hit it with a fucking cross chop, it
and
will
it's
still
normal.
die.
Yeah, and it's a normal, so it gets bullied by fighting.
Yeah, so like that was the logic there. Because then you also
Yeah,
have
it
like
was
Steelix,
worth
which
it.
is like, oh yeah, this is a ground type that's now weak to fire and also to ground types. So like, good luck with that, buddy.
Yeah, it's sturdy. It's pretty cool. It's big, but it folds literally to fire and ground. Yeah, right. Because
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
4 times weak
Ground
to
does-
ground. It
Oh, no,
is
it's
4
steel.
times weak to ground.
oh, it's steel. Is it steel rock or steel ground?
It's steel
It's
ground.
yeah. Wait, are we still talking about Mac Cargo?
We're talking about
Steelix.
Steelix. I'm talking about Steelix now.
Oh, Steelix.
My cargo is
Yeah.
steel. That would be cool though.
Steel ground is a pretty decent typing, but
Yeah, it is. It's just it's got some weaknesses that make it not ideal because like one of its weaknesses being fire means that it gets no use out of its defense stat in Gen 2
And then
if you're up
earthquake.
against a fire type. And then it
Yeah.
still won't get that much use out of it because if you get hit by an earthquake, it's going to hurt like a mother.
And earthquake is just ubiquitous. That's what happens. You use
I don't know. It was still pretty useful as like a Snorlax check in Gen 2, but
Well, yeah, because Snorlax was typically only running Body Slam, basically.
yeah.
It was actually a little scary. I mean, this is not an ideal, like, it's not an example of how the game normally operates, but it was pretty good in Colosseum with Venus.
Oh, with Attract? With Attract.
And the fact that it was a Steelix, and, like, you know, you can't just catch whatever you want in Colosseum. Like, you have to...
Yeah. If you didn't choose Quilava there, that fight's actually kind of hard.
Yeah, no.
Like you
beat a big claw because-
basically have to use Quagsire if you didn't choose Typhlosion.
Because then Slugma ain't gonna cut it. Like, if you happen to catch the Slugma, which
Yeah.
I think you get...
Slugma
I think
won't
you get
cut it.
infinite
You can
opportunities
kind
because-
of get away with using Croconaw for Alligator because it gets Surf.
Yeah. Wait, was Sir? No, was water physical, right?
No, Water was special.
Okay, well then, yeah, okay, yeah, you can get away with that.
Yeah. And then Quagsire can also learn Earthquake naturally. I think it's feasible to learn it by the time you fight Venus.
I forget what you get though, but like outside of your starter, like the starter shadow that you pick, and Umbreon and Espeon, the only like guaranteed things are everything in Pyrite Town because you're allowed to fight everyone in the fight swear like infinitely.
Ash, I think Kieran's about to shoot up the school.
Let me see. He looks like he's about to tell us not to come to school tomorrow.
Man, now I want to just gush about Colosseum because
Dog,
that was,
I
like,
want to do that every fucking day.
because that was like the first real. I mean, it's not a real Pokemon game, you know what I mean? Like it's
No,
not
but it was
online,
closer to
but-
like a real RPG.
But it was the first one besides like, you know, I diddled around with like my brother's copy of Yellow. Like I think it was technically his copy. But that's like, you know, I didn't know Diddly Dick because I was like 7 or 8 when I did it. And I think my mom got me that when I was like 9 or 10. She got me Colosseum for like Easter. And it was cool because it was 3D and also like it was a Pokemon.
And also, it starts off with domestic terrorism.
Yes, it
yeah,
does.
like I didn't fully understand like the story because I was a kid, but
Yeah, it also took me
But
a
then
while to come
also-
around on Colosseum because a lot of my favorites weren't available, and I'm like, oh, I can't catch wild Pokemon? Wow, this game
I
fucking
didn't-
sucks.
and that was great for me because I didn't have favorites really because I mean I played Gen 1 and it's like I thought all the Pokemon were like the same because in the inventory your sprites are only like one of like 3.
Yeah, in Gen 1 especially.
Like I just didn't understand that like the Rhydon sprite was not all Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't understand how it translated when you got into battle. Like there was a little bit missing in my noggin.
Well, yeah, you know, you were a dumb kid. Supposedly,
Yeah,
before I remember, I played one of my cousin's copies of Blue, I think it was what they had. And supposedly, I went through the game only with Venusaur because I didn't know that you could catch other Pokemon.
That's fair.
You know, you're a dumb kid. You're a dumb you're a dumb little stupid baby.
And then Colosseum's cool because it starts you off with some cool looking Pokemon. Like Umbreon and Espeon are pretty good, especially
Yeah,
3D. They
I
look
love
pretty
them. I like them. They're great.
good. And then And now, as I'm older, like I played it a little bit. I can't remember how far I got, and then I went back at it a year or two later. That game was fucking hard, dude.
Coliseum is difficult. It's not an
pretty
easy
difficult.
game.
Like it's an acceptable little journey. Like there's some interesting battles, and then oh, Mirror B, haha, he's got all these Ludicolo, and then they fucking hit you with Mount Battle and Dakim. Like that's just mean.
Dakim using Earthquake Protect fucked me up as a kid. I had no idea how to deal with that.
As a kid, you just aren't prepared for that. Like that's fucking mean.
No, yeah, the Dakim fight is evil. Like genuinely evil.
Like there's Noctowl.
By the time you get to Dakim,
Mismagius.
Just Misdreavus. Mismagius did not exist.
Sorry. Misdreavus, Noctowl,
Quagsire, your choice of starter.
Well, no, I'm thinking like Flying or Levitate or something to deal with Earthquake.
Swablu.
Like really, it's just Misdreavus and Noctowl. Noctowl's okay.
Yeah. Misdreavus is basically your saving grace there because
I think you could get.
I think I read somewhere. No one quote me on this. I'm pretty sure the game is actually just programmed wrong, and the AI is still coded to use normal fighting and ground type attacks against Misdreavus.
Yeah, like I think Dakim I think is pretty much hard coded to do that. Like 9 out of 10 times.
Well, no, because he won't do it if the Pokemon that are out are both immune.
Oh yeah, both immune. No, that makes sense.
Sometimes he'll even skip it if only one of them is immune, depending on if the damage differential would be significant.
Yeah, like he at least thinks about it. I can't think of any other I think you could get not Vibrava, I don't think.
By the time that you get to Dakim,
it's in the Cypher hideout, like before you go into the caves in Pyrite Town.
yeah, you can get Vibrava by that
bug.
point. You can get Vibrava
Is there
at that
Vibrava
point.
there, or is it Yanma? I can't remember.
There's both.
Oh, well, Yanma is flying, so, but it's also not that good.
Yeah, Yanma's miserable to use in that game. It pretty much only exists for Speed Boost Baton Pass, and that's not very good in doubles.
And like I said, like without Quilava, like he got slugged by him. Like he works, he's got fire moves, but it's
Yeah, if you don't choose Quilava there, never use the Slugma. Get a different fire type, or just get something that learns a fire type attack.
I don't think there's another fire type until like later. Like
I think the first available one is like Houndoom. I'm pretty sure.
I think that is actually kind of early.
No, Houndoom is in the fucking Relden Tower Elite Four.
Oh shit, you're right. I'm thinking of something else. All right, let me look at the capture list.
As far as the snag list goes, well, I mean, there's Entei, but that doesn't really help you.
No. Makuhita and Makuhita's also. I like Makuhita. Vegeta. But let's see. There's Slugma.
Slugma, Skiploom, Mischievous,
no,
Quagsire, Noctowl, and Flaffy are in the dual square.
And now thinking about like Venus and her Steelix, you get Entei or you suck the fat one, or you have Quilava.
I have done that fight without Quilava. It's interesting, to say the least. It's not very fun. If you don't have a consistent way to deal with Steelix, you're kind of fucked.
And I mean, Entei's the best option too, because it doesn't attract fail because it's genderless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Separate fun fact, your Espeon and Umbreon are hard-coded to be male, and I'm like 90% sure it's specifically for Venus.
It's almost definitely for that, because they're going to be your highest leveled because you've had them the whole time. Like, that's entirely what it is. Even though Espeon could do decent because it's steel, you know, psychic.
Yeah.
It's gonna just get attracted and like you just fucked then.
Yeah.
Let me see, like before. So yeah, you have your starters. Mischievous, Slugma, Noctowl, Flaffy, Skiploom, and Quagsire. Those are your like.
That's your base bullshit, basically.
And then I think for it too, he's at the city gates, but I think you're allowed to fight that Kale as much as you want.
I think you're only allowed to fight him once there, and he's got the shadow Furret.
Furret, yeah. But that's your list basically. Is the city street is Quagsire, good. Skiploom, Flaffy, pretty good. Noctowl, Slugma, bad. Mischievous, for what it is pretty good.
These things look even
Mischievous
worse
did
in their
carry
in-game
me.
models. Jesus Christ. I really don't like these guys.
And then Pyrite Town
Which one do you
itself-
hate the least?
Probably Pheasantipity.
Yeah, Pheasantipity looks like the most put together.
It's
Like,
it's
that's
the
like an
closest
actual
one
thing.
to working for me, but none of these really work.
Yeah,
I
all of
can't-
them suck.
I can't say what I want to say
of them
because
suck.
I don't want to violate Twitch Toss on your behalf.
Please
That
don't
is a
get me
very-
banned. Not that I have that big of a following right now, but
But-
please don't get me banned.
But yeah, I don't want the Twitch auto mods to find you. But that is a very uneducated name, Pheasantipity. That is a very lowbrow name.
yeah. Yeah, it's pretty lowbrow. Yeah.
Okay,
forgot
boys.
that they
Let's
give
let's end that train of thought before Twitch
Yep,
bans
let's
me.
do that. Let's do that. Let's move on to
I forgot
something
that
else.
they give you both Remoraid and Mantine in the Pyrite like.
Yeah, when you
battles,
fight the two head underlings basically before you go into the cave.
which is weird because like
So, the Remoraid I actually don't mind, but that's because I like Octillery. Where I mind it is that it's level fucking 20. You're at least level 30 by that point. It's
here's
fucking
the-
miserable to train. I hate
Yeah.
using Remoraid.
here's the problem: it's Shadow, so you're also stuck with it until after
Yeah, so you're stuck with it being level 20 until long after you catch it.
until after Mirror B, and then even still, its heart might not be ready when you go to Agate Village.
Yeah. I mean, you can at
Because
least...
you go to Agate right after, and then you get the call from Mount Battle.
Yeah. So, I mean, at the very least, if you know the fucking glitch in Agate Village corner, basically, you can just set the controller
Step.
down to
yeah,
down
because you're
direction,
not allowed to-
walk against the hill,
not-
and it'll count steps, basically. So if you just
Yeah,
leave
you're
it
not
for a
allowed
few
to step
hours,
into
it'll be
the-
ready, something will be ready to go.
I forgot that even like normal
So-
Pokemon games, you technically bump against walls, except for that spot.
Is that a fucking barrel monster? Oh no. Hope
Not
I don't
now,
have to fight
Applin.
that thing.
Is he the super boss?
I don't think he's
Well,
he's
well,
not the
not the
he's
boss
definitely
of the
not.
trial.
I don't think he's a boss of a trial because otherwise that'd be at the end.
Oh, you know what else is stupid?
But
I mean, it's a story thing, but you get Plusle. You don't get Minun.
Yeah.
So there's code
In the
that there
game
was
without
supposed to be a Shadow Minun, but the other problem with Plusle is it's level 13.
Yeah, it's a baby. The whole point is
It's-
it's his like little baby child,
Yeah,
and he's
it is-
giving it to you to like let it see the world.
Out of all of the Pokemon in Colosseum, of which you know that I've used pretty much all of them outside of the post-game ones, and the ones that are, like, available as part of the Elite Four equivalent, because by that point it's too late. Having used all of them, the one that I liked using the least was 100,000% Plusle.
Well, because it's without Minun, and it starts at level 13.
Yeah,
It's literally-
like, genuinely, even though Apom is in that game with 0 other fucking changes, I would rather sit through fucking 30 base attack, whatever the fuck you have, as opposed to using Plusle again. It
And to
was
be fair, if you're,
hellish. It was
And
miserable.
the thing is, too, you're not like forced into it because you do get Flaffy, and Flaffy's on one of the repeat trainers. So even if you don't
Yeah.
save Scum,
Yeah,
You
even
get
if you
Flaffy.
don't save Scum, you can just get the Flaffy, so you have another option. Like, at the very least, even though Remoraid is miserable to train up, once you get it, you have Octillery. And Octillery is, like, actually pretty good once you get it up to snuff, because that's one of, like, the 3 Pokemon in Generation 2 that has actual coverage.
Dylan, it's him. It's Barry Moss.
oh, he's a monster babe.
I didn't think it was recruitable.
I
Okay,
thought that's where we were going.
Barry
Oh
Moss.
shit! I forgot they give you Dunsparce too, and Meditite. I like Meditite.
That tastes pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so...
I like Medicham. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, another funny story about that one. By the time that I had finished using every single Pokemon in Colosseum, the last one that I got to using was Ledian, because I really didn't want to use Ledian. So, after I did that, and I discovered that the AI is absolutely stupid, and will keep double targeting Ledian so you can just use Protect. It actually entirely changed my opinion on how good Meditite was, because I don't think that Medicham is very good in Colosseum. Because
Huh?
you need to only hard focus one Mon, and if there's nothing that's weak to fighting or psychic, you're kind of hooped. Your only saving grace would be Mind Read or High Jump Kick, but good luck finding an AI that's gonna let you do that. Unless you have Ledian with built-in Follow Me as its ability.
Oh yeah, it does. It like just sort of they like. Yeah.
The AI is so stupid that it will double target Ledian constantly because its stats are that fucking bad. So
Yeah,
you
I forgot
basically
because
just
the
get
stats
2
are
free
dog
turns to
shit.
do whatever you want if you're using it.
And just roll Protect.
It's even funnier. It's even funnier if you have Misdreavus in the back too, because then it's like, oh, you have something that's using Oh, okay. Thank you for a selfie pose. If you have Misdreavus in the back, it's even funnier because then you can just go, oh, they're using Earthquake because of the one thing that isn't Ledian that's weak to Earthquake. Okay, cool. Ledian, use Toxic, because they're not going to attack you, and then after Ledian uses Toxic, you switch in Misdreavus. Congratulations, your opponent wasted another turn, and you just got Misdreavus in for free.
Oh no, it's a Sunflora. Is all the way at Realgum Tower.
Hmm.
That's a bit out of place, isn't it? Even Delibird is out of place. Like, Realgum Tower has all the cool stuff, you know? Actually, there aren't that many, there aren't actually that many snags in Realgum Tower.
Relgum Tower doesn't have that many because it's basically just one per trainer that's in there. And, like...
Well, not even all of them. There are
Not
a lot
even
of
all of
battles
them.
there.
I would say once you get past the trainer that has, like... maybe Fortress, it's not really worth using any of the other Shadow Pokemon that you get in there because it will just see 0 fucking screen time.
There's 3 before effectively the end of the game. There's Sunflora, Delibird, and Heracross.
Yeah. Heracross
Because-
is technically worth using. It's a very strong
Yeah,
Shadow
like,
Pokemon. It's just, by the time that you get there, you have, I think, maybe, even if you're doing all of the Coliseum battles for post-game, you have maybe 30 battles with it total.
Well, because then
Because you have like the Snag'em hideout, the Deep Under, and then the one dude with the Togekiss, and that's it.
Because after Heracross, Skarmory comes from the Snag'em leader, which is right before the final gauntlet.
That's right before the final gauntlet. During
And
the
then
final
in the
gauntlet, when I was using the Pokemon that were in the final gauntlet as part of my team, it's actually kind of a decent strategy because those Pokemon are actually kind of super high leveled.
Oh no, they're good. They're all level 48 to 50 or so.
Yeah, so like if you catch the Houndoom right then and there and you like actually can use it to a point where it can learn a move, it's really strong.
But it seems counterproductive, and it's like you catch Miltank, Absol, Houndoom, Tropius, and Metagross from like Nascar, let's say. Let's say you don't go all the way to Evis. And then you have to white out and then just use them. Like, leave. Go and do something.
Well, no, because you can get away with just keep switching them in and out and use Shadow Rush and whatever.
Well, no, don't you... Are you able to switch them, or is it when they get caught, they immediately get sent to the PC?
So, what you can do is if you know you want to catch one, you can leave one of your slots
Yeah,
open.
you could leave, yeah. But again, that's like extreme thinking ahead. Like, most people wouldn't think to do that.
Yeah. That's basically the only way that you would be able to use those Pokemon within those fights. Which is, like... I think that it's a decent idea to have, like, a super strong Pokemon that you can catch at the end, at least stats-wise. But it doesn't really work in practice with how Shadow Pokemon work.
I just did the reasonable thing anyone would do, and I used the Master Ball and then switched the position of the Master Ball in my inventory so I had infinite Master Balls. So I just immediately eliminated every Shadow Pokemon from every fight. Makes the end of the game really easy when you can just get rid of that Tyranitar.
Oh no, I had my trigger finger on the analog stick. That totally just deleted the ground for a second. Whatever angle I was just at, the ground disappeared, but I was holding the right stick, so it just faded out immediately.
I remember when I replayed Coliseum, I was pissed because I missed Raikou, so I could only get it again at real
Oh
time.
no, oh no, it went back to it. Why is the fixed camera angle doing this?
I missed out on Raikou, so I was like, okay, let me just try it at Realgum Tower, because I knew that was a thing. And then it just was the biggest son of a bitch ever. It just refused to, like, be caught.
Raikou is definitely the hardest out of the legendary cats to catch.
And then, yeah, I think I eventually did. Because even the first time it was a bitch, too.
Yeah.
And what happened was, like, I yawned it, I put it to sleep, it had the sliverest of slivers of health, and I had, like, 4 rounds of attempting it. And then it just woke up, Shadow Rushed, and killed itself.
Yeah, that is kind of a problem with Coliseum. I don't like that using Shadow Rush will kill itself. That's definitely
Yeah,
an issue.
And you wanna
But
know
it's
what's
only
even meaner?
really an issue that I have with the legendaries, because everything else has a better catch rate.
But what's even funnier, like, ignoring
Or
that
the alternative
that-
is you're like me and you like Skiploom / Jumpluff and you use Sleep Powder.
But the funniest thing about that, too, is, like, with the 3 legendary beasts, is that Dakeem, specifically, will just nope Entei out of existence without your say-so, because he'll just Earthquake with Entei out.
Yeah,
Like,
he will do that, and he'll just kill Entei. Granted,
That is-
Entei can
that is
survive
just a middle
one.
finger.
Entei can
Entei
survive
can-
exactly one
one.
Earthquake. If it
And
gets
that-
hit by
that's your
2,
cue-
it's over.
That's your cue to get rid of whatever the hell is causing the problem.
Yes. I don't particularly like that Shadow Rush is the only shadow move and it does recoil damage. I think that that's poor
Yeah,
design,
that's-
but
That's
like
one thing XD did.
yeah,
that was
but again, it's not really a problem outside of the legendaries, I feel.
yeah, I think it's fine that it replaced the first thing, and then as their heart opens, you get their other moves.
This is the world's most adorable Pokemon.
Oh, Ogerpon?
Yes.
Don't be
about-
fooled by its cute appearance. It's a menace to society.
No, it's not. That's a misunderstanding of the legend.
No,
Oh, that
Actually-
is a good Pokemon. I like it.
actually, it's not a menace yet. But when it's red, it's a menace because.
Oh,
red
you
is
mean
bad.
competitively. Yeah, okay.
I like Hydrapple.
Hydrapple's nice.
I really like Appleton more, but that's just me.
Yeah, okay. I don't like-
Appleton is like for sure top 10 Galar designs for me.
Okay, let's look at this this gaggle, as it were, from the DLC. Monkey Dory, no, I don't like him. He looks stupid. Okidogi, I mean, he's like a big bear dude.
Hmm.
That's okay. Pecharunt, don't like him.
And then there's Pheasantipity.
Don't like it either. Looks
Yeah,
it's
I don't
smug
like
or
it. I don't like
moxie.
any of the 3 hero Pokemon. Or the loyal 3, whatever the fuck those are called.
I think Okidogi's the best of them, and it's not even that good either.
Pheasantipity is the closest to working for me, but like again, like you said, it's still not even that good. It's just like I'm 90% positive that's just that I have a bias towards birds. I like birds. Birds are funny and cool. Says the guy who has the Loch Ness Monster as his favorite Pokemon.
Yes. That's a bird.
No, it's not.
What are you talking about? That's a bird.
No, it's not.
It flies through the water. It's a bird.
There
And
was
then
also
they
that one
added-
time in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon where it flew through the air.
And then they added the
Yes.
wet Paradox Mons, like Gouging Fire and Raging Bolt, but no Suicune.
No, there is Suicune.
Where's Suicune?
Suicune is a...
Oh, right, it already existed.
Yeah, it existed before them. It's Roaring something, right?
Oh, Roaring Wake.
Roaring
That's what it
Wake,
was.
that's the one.
That's pretty cool.
I don't hate any of them. I think that some of them are a little too goofy for my taste, and I'd say that none of them are a strict upgrade over Suicune, Entei, Raikou. But I don't hate
Walking,
any of them.
Not Roaring Wake.
Walking. Maybe the other one is Roaring Fire or something. I don't know.
I don't fucking know. I
It's-
don't particularly care either.
It's Gouging Fire and Raging Bolt.
Hmm.
Fire, the dragons. That's kind of cool.
My favorite
Oh,
out of
dragon.
that bunch is probably Raging Bolts, but I think that that's because it's too stupid for me to hate it.
It's a giraffe.
It's a
not that-
giraffe!
Actually, it's more like a Brontosaurus Raikou. I mean, its head
Uh-oh,
is stupid.
there's a
It's
bot
like
in
its
my
face-
chat.
Its face is in the clouds.
Oh, well, I don't see the bot.
I mean,
Oh, because they're
Iron
restricted
Golden-
already. Okay. Yeah, okay, so in the chat it says likely ban evader restricted. But how do I get rid of them?
Well,
Let's
nobody
see.
else sees it, so I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Are they advertising something?
Cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space.
Iron Crown.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to ask Eth how to do that later.
Well, no, I can definitely do it if I get on Twitch. I just don't know if I can do it from OBS.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like opening my browser, because I feel like that's probably going to tank my connection again.
The enemy just blew itself up. He kamikazed.
Lovely.
Is there a what you jigger? Let me see. Hold on. Oh no, never mind. I thought the Swords of Justice, because they added Iron Terrakian and Iron Cobalion.
They
also
have
did
all of them
Arborisian.
except for Kirem, I believe.
And Keldeo.
I said Kirem. Keldeo. Keldeo was
I
what I
was gonna
meant.
say, there's no Keldeo because they made them 3, just like the
Yeah.
legendary beasts.
I'll be honest, I don't like the Future Paradox Mons.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't
get
really like any of them.
Like I get it, I do. Like they're futuristic, but they're all just
Yeah,
robots.
but like
All of them are robots. Why are all of them robots?
yeah,
But
the one
like,
that I
they're
would say I like the
inherently-
most is the Iron
There's way
Bundle,
to
but
do
that's
future-
purely because like it's
Yeah,
kind of
there's-
goofy looking.
There's way to do future mons without like.
Like if the, as
With
long
them
like
being
if they
robots.
weren't just all robots, because like all of the past ones have much more of a distinct design philosophy. And
They're
then
fine.
also the ones that are the best ones are the ones that just look like dinosaurs because it's Pokemon. Their bread and butter is dinosaurs.
I mean, I think. Let me look at all the future paradox. I mean, Iron Treads is okay.
Yeah, but
It's
the
not-
problem with Iron Treads is that it has to compete with Great Tusk, which is
Exactly.
better Iron Treads.
I like Iron Jugulus because the name is stupid.
Okay, where the fuck do you want me to go?
But no, I mean, like, if we're talking doing something with the design instead of literally just being the Pokemon, but it's like metallic and rounded and, you know,
Yeah, I think the
Iron
closest thing.
Valiant is the only one
Iron-
that like does something.
Yeah, it's the only one that comes close to
Yeah.
a design that's not just robot.
Yeah, it's not just the Pokemon but robot. Iron Valiant's actually trying to like do something.
Yeah. And I like the sort of double-edged, double twin blade that it's got going on. Because that
Yeah,
will
it's
that will
cool.
always be cool.
That's awesome.
I mean, Volcarona or Iron Moth, like, I like that one too, kind of, because it's like it's got floating blades instead of the.
Yeah,
Sunburst.
the way that it moves and floats around is actually pretty good for that one. I don't mind that one.
And then Slitherwing is also neat because I like the idea that it's terrestrial instead of like flying.
Hmm.
But yeah, all the ancient paradox are pretty much just good
Yeah.
because they're the design, but like, you know.
Screamtail is one of my favorites of that
like
bunch.
Sandy Shocks is wild. I like that.
I
thing.
love Sandy Shocks. That thing is amazing. I love
thought
Sandy
that's, like,
Shocks.
that's a really cool take on Magneton.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
Let me look at
I like
paradoxes.
that it's- I like that it's
Roaring
picking
Roaring Moon, I think that's the Salamence one. That one's
Yeah.
pretty good. That's like one of the only
like it because
Salamence
it's-
forms I actually like.
Yeah, I like that.
It feels like it.
Oh,
it
hi,
feels like
Perrin.
take
What the
two
fuck
of-
are you doing? I didn't know that you
It
showed
feels
up
like
already.
they're trying to do. It feels like they're trying to do take 2 of Mega Salamence.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Mega Salamence looks fucking stupid.
Yeah,
And I like it because it's feathered, because like that's the, you know,
it's a dinosaur. Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
today we know there are a lot more feathered dinosaurs, so it reflects in some of these ancient ones.
Yeah.
I mean, Screamtail is kinda basic, but it's still alright.
I like Screamtail. I think it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, it is funny, but it's like Screamtail
It's
and
it's
Flutterby
it's
are, like, the
it's
most basic
Jigglypuff but big, and it's got the fucking Mewtwo tail
coming out its head.
coming out of its head.
Hmm.
That's fun.
I like Brute Bonnet just because it's like edgy. It's just edgy.
It's yeah, it's Amoonguss if it was a boxer or something.
Well, no, it's like goth. Cause I mean, actually, it's supposed to be like a hat, like like a Japanese.
Well, no,
it's either
the
one
brute
based
bonnet,
on
the
kanji.
brute bonnet is it's supposed to resemble like the Japanese farmer hat, except it's also just overgrown shrubs, basically.
Yeah, like a
that
flat,
looks
a flat
like it.
conical hat.
It looks like almost an overgrown lily pad, I'd say.
Well, it's the Pokemon or Pokeball too.
Yeah.
A cross between a dinosaur and a mushroom. Wow. Grass Dark.
Brute Bonnet's pretty cool. I like Brute Bonnet.
Like Fluttermane is basic, but it's just Mischievous with like more head stuff
It's
going on.
Mischievous with a mane.
Yeah, it's got more head stuff going on. It's got some spikes. It's
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
bigger like.
Out of the 3 Mischievous line Pokemon, that's one's probably my least favorite of them, but I still like all 3 of them. I mean, naturally, I'm like number 3 Mischievous fan in the world, probably. So
mean,
like,
I mean, if I had to like pick one of the ancient Paradox ones, like Sandy Shocks is good, but like to me, for like what's the best one is it's a cut between Sandy Shocks and Great Tusk because
Yeah.
I think Great Tusk probably exemplifies what.
yeah, because it's going
What a
back to
paradox
basics.
is.
yeah,
It's a
Great
much
Tusk
more
is Great
primal
Tusk is
dinosaur.
my favorite. I already liked Donphan, and then it's just oh yeah, they made it a dinosaur, which is Pokemon's
Yeah,
bread and
exactly.
butter, because that one's
Donphan-
literally just a dinosaur.
Donphan was like kind of like a dinosaur, but not really because it's an elephant. And then
It was
It
like
still
a
looks like
weird
an
woolly mammoth, or
Yeah,
not
it's like
woolly
an
mammoth,
animal
just like a
still.
mammoth elephant.
It's-
It was
animal.
it was just a pachyderm, yeah.
Yeah,
because it's Gen 2, it's still an animal. And then Great Tusk is just exemplifying that. It's like got big overgrown tusks. It's got ridges. It's got like furry cuffs on its ankles. And I think Volcarona or Slitherwing does a good job of that too, of taking a bug and making it like a beast.
these guys are amazing. These guys are amazing. These guys are great. The fuck is wrong with these people?
I think the worst, like, okay, like all of the future ones are pretty bad, but I think the worst is Iron Thorns because they took Tyranitar and kind of made him look like a fucking lava lamp.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge
Kinda
fan of
did.
that one myself. I get that the idea is to literally just make it look like Mechagodzilla, but like,
It's
Still
just like
doesn't
a big
look
lava
good.
lamp.
it still doesn't look good.
It's not a good.
I mean, I think
Godzilla.
like, and I'll admit, I
Yeah,
think
like
Iron
the
Bundle-
Mecha Tyranitar that you fight in Gen 5 as part of the making the movies looked like a better Mechagodzilla.
Iron Bundle's funny because it's just Delibird, and Delibird's always funny.
Yeah. Fun fact about that one that I don't think you were here. How it moves around, it just has wheels on its feet.
Ah,
It has wheels on its
Just-
feet.
because they look like skates, but I
Yeah.
guess that makes sense. Also, is Delibird? I mean, I know it's Santa Claus, but is it supposed to also be like Don Quixote?
Yes,
Probably
it's
is,
literally
yeah.
the mascot of a chain of stores in
Yeah.
Paldea.
Well, shit. Yeah,
Yeah, it's literally Don
Yeah,
Quixote.
it's literally just a mascot Pokemon. I'll admit that is also
I-
another thing
stop.
that's missing in Gen 2, but like, I'm gonna be
Like
real for a
Delibird
second.
is?
Can you imagine them trying to put like a Delibird logo on top of a store on the fucking Game Boy Color graphics card?
Yeah. Also,
It would not be pretty.
no. Also, I mean, I'm glad they did it and not immediately got shit from Donkey because it's like such an obvious like.
It really is, yeah.
I mean, I guess because it's quaint. It's a cute reference, and like Don Quixote's already so ubiquitous. I don't think you're gonna be like. I mean, also it's Nintendo. That's like asking two titans to go fight each other.
Yeah, that would never happen.
Don Quixote versus Nintendo in the courts. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that would be probably a very interesting court battle, but not one that I would want to see fought.
I don't think Don Quixote would like try and fight Nintendo over Delibird on a sign. They would just appreciate the like homage for once, even though that's not really a thing that happens in Japan because IP laws.
Honestly, I'd say it's basically free promotion for them.
Yeah, I said Don Quixote is so ubiquitous. It's that and Family Mart and Lawson, I think, are like the...
Yeah, Lawson.
It's like, those are just stores everybody knows.
Yeah,
So,
and then,
like,
even though it's technically an American chain, 7-Eleven is basically a Japanese staple.
Yeah.
And before anybody who is watching the stream calls me out on that, yes, I have actually been to Japan. Shut your fucking trap.
Oh,
Yeah, you got me the little gachapon of... What the fuck was like... It was like a Gen 6...
I know I got you Ursaring, the plush from the Pokemon store, and then one of the gachas that I got were split among you for whatever.
It's like a dark flying, or it looks like a dark flying.
Oh,
was
was it Kilowattrel?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. So that's the bird from this game. That's the Pidgeot of
that's
Scarlet
an electric
Violet.
flying.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot I looked up. It's
Yeah.
just because the design makes it look dark, like when it's in keychain, rubberized keychain.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of Kilowattrel. I prefer Squawkabilly, but that's because it's got a fucking pompadour.
I don't. Did you get me Teddy Ursa or Ursa Ring?
I got you Ursaring.
I'd have to look at my vanity.
I 100% got you Ursaring because, one, I didn't find a Teddy Ursa there, which was odd, but two, I know I got you that because I went here, it's Bursaring.
Oh yeah, and I just remembered, I was at the final area of XD, and then I stopped playing, and then your memory card got corrupted.
Yeah, that was rough.
Whatever.
That was
No,
unfortunate.
because I don't really pay attention to them. They're on my like dresser, but I know I see it more often because it's prominent because of the color. I know you got me the purple Pikmin too.
Yes, I did get you the purple Pikmin because I know that you love that guy and you love Pikmin.
And what I was actually going to use it for its intended purpose once because there was I think it was either a moth or a fly was like
You were gonna crush it.
I was gonna throw that fucking purple Pikmin at it. Because it's like I didn't want to throw anything hard that could like mark the wall. But I said I gotta at least stun this son of a bitch. How am I gonna do that? And then I saw the plushie.
Yeah. That's very funny. I mean, hey, it's your property. You can fucking burn it for all I care. It's yours now.
It's a Pikmin. That's its job.
Yeah, it's a purple Pikmin, no less. He Urple.
The most busted type to the worst type ever.
Did it get... Oh yeah, it got severely nerfed, didn't it?
Actually, white Pikmin got it worse. They
Oh.
were both busted for different reasons in Pikmin 2. And then in Pikmin 3, they're only in the extra mode, the two of them. But purple Pikmin are just kind of but they still carry like the strength of 10 Pikmin. White Pikmin are fast. That's pretty much it. Like their poison doesn't really come up.
White Pikmin can detect underground treasure and are immune to poison. That's it.
Like neither of those come up because Pikmin 3 doesn't have those. Like,
Yeah,
no
the
poison.
biggest thing about white Pikmin is that they're the fastest, so they're great in speedruns.
And then all they do in Pikmin 3 is they're kind of fast still, and then they have quarter damage like flying Pikmin.
Which is fine because if they get eaten by anything, the other enemy just fucking dies. They up the poison damage.
I think they did, but again, just use flying Pikmin for those challenge modes, like if you have them.
Yeah, and if you have them available. I would still say purple Pikmin definitely got it worse just because the existence of rock Pikmin completely invalidates them.
Yeah, for the purposes of that game, because you also have charging, like
Yeah.
They were busted in Pikmin 2 because just spam throwing was all you had. Like swarming was okay.
Yeah,
And
but
then
the
spam throwing
shockwave was also nerfed, which is what made purple Pikmin
Yeah,
good.
they don't
Which,
stun anymore.
granted, that completely fucked up the balance because it was too good. Like, purple
They
Pikmin
don't
are broken
stun-
in Pikmin 2.
I think they deal normal damage in 3. They don't stun with their shockwave anymore, but they still can thump onto stuff, but it deals less damage now.
Yeah. Like, they got the most amount of nerfs, which is why I think that they got the worst treatment, but they're still better off overall than white Pikmin.
And in mods of Pikmin 2 and ROM hacks, they generally tone down purple Pikmin, or just remove them. Like, I know in Pikmin 251, they dealt normal damage, but could still, like, stun, but it was reduced. And then I think, to compensate, I think red Pikmin got buffed even further, like, they dealt more damage.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're supposed to be the fighting one. Like, they're the ones that hurt the most.
Yeah.
So they weren't one. The big thing, though, that was, like, what made purple Pikmin stupid, like, okay, there's a lot going for them. 2 times damage, the ability to stun with the shockwave, and that's not even the big draw. The big draw, for me, is that, like, of course, like, them homing in and hitting something and it deals a lot of damage, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But it also, ever so briefly, lags the animation of the thing they're attacking. So, like, you know how when a Bulbasaur gets hit, it has to wake up and stand up?
Mm-hmm.
As you're spamming it and they're thumping onto it, it's moving at, like, 4 frames a second as it's trying to stand up because it's getting interrupted by them landing on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, by the time it stands up, it's gone. It's instantly been devoured by throwing, like, 10 purple Pikmin at it.
Yeah.
Also, they're great for clearing, like, in the later caves, there's one, I think it's in the Hole of Heroes, that's just a floor filled with a bunch of dwarf Bulborbs, and it almost feels like fucking SEAL Team 6 if you have a bunch of them with you, because they home. You just run through, vaguely aim at them, and they'll home in and just land on the back of every dwarf Bulborb. It's like you're just clearing rooms tactically.
Yeah.
It's satisfying, but it's so stupid.
Let me check. Do I have a bunch of quick balls still? Yeah, okay. So, I'll, on my own time, I'll just catch a bunch of Pokemon because I want to see what Perrin has to say. Haha, funny 150 reference. She'll only talk to you if you after you register 150 Kitakami Pokemon.
I wonder why.
Perrin.
Yeah, I remembered Perrin from the trailers because she fucking broke the internet for a while. You remember that that video that I sent with Spampton earlier?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. That was basically everybody upon Perrin's reveal, men and women.
Wait, what? What the fuck's a... You mean Jigglypuff?
No,
Perrin?
no.
No.
The character Perrin, Perrin.
Perrin. Okay.
Oh, Perrin, not Perrin as in Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
I think it's still pronounced Perrin, but it could be Perrin. I'm not sure. I didn't hear any official
I'm
pronunciation.
gonna say Perrin. Yeah. Oh, she's the anime analog. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I can see why.
It's 10:30. I should go to bed.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see.
It's. Yeah, I think I'll go to bed too. It's late.
That's all
I,
good. I'm gonna stay on here for a little while.
Yeah, I got an early meeting tomorrow.
Yeah,
so I'll see you.
I wanna keep going with this. Let me ping F and see if F is willing to join me, because I cannot be a funny man, but all by myself at this point.
All right. Good night.
Good night. kiss. Oh, right. It's not first turn anymore. I'm very smart today, fellas. I'm very smart right now. No, Apom, you cannot use Last Resort yet, dum-dum. Oh, I got a crit. Well, okay. That's it for that one then. That's great. Man, I really just want to hope that this is going to get big soon, because I would really love to start interacting with chat, because I'm kind of running out of shit to say right now. I feel, because I'm just like, what the fuck can I say? With nobody else here, I have no one to bounce off of, so I can only just kind of commentate on what I'm doing. Which, like, I can't act excited. I don't have any audience right now. Oh, someone is actually here. Hello. Oh, no, not adding that to my party. Okay. All right, let's keep this going. Yep, that's sure is wolf behavior. Oh, that's good. They actually separate the decks here. Alright, Apom, get in the damn ball. Alright. I both like and hate that I don't plan on having my big-ass fucking team for this, because I would love to actually use some of these fully evolved Pokemon, but at the same time, I kind of just want to be done with the DLC in this game. I just kind of want to get
happening?
my thoughts
I
on
may
it
be
now.
hopping in and out.
Hi, Eth.
Hello, how good
Nothing.
is it?
I'm just doing the more of the DLC, and Ash and Dylan went to bed, so I need somebody to bounce off of, because I have no
That's
chat
okay.
right now.
Oh god, I have double audio. Hold on. I fixed it.
Just mute the other one. Dum-dum. So, yeah, I'm just going through the DLCs. I've learned that I don't like the Loyal 3, I think is what they're called. I think they're stupid.
That doesn't surprise me. I think their designs are kind of boring.
They're among my least favorite Paldea Pokemon, period. Maybe of all
They
time.
gave me so much. They finally, you know, last gen had, I think, the first proper poison type, like, legendary, unless we're counting Ultra Beasts.
I was gonna say there's
And then-
Naganadel.
There's Naganadel and also Nihilego.
Like the
this
bird.
game, they're, like-
Pheasantipity is the closest to working for me, I'd say, but I'm still not a big fan of
This
it.
game, they're all poison types, right? The legendary trio, and then also, I think there's a bunch of poison types in the DLC for, like, legendary type Pokemon. Right?
I don't actually know what the Loyal 3 Pokemon types are.
I could be wrong. I could be making it up.
Is that what we're doing right now, Eth? We're spreading misinformation on the internet? How dare you? How dare you do that on my stream?
there's also Crumbialot, but that one's rock.
Darn. They are all poison? Okay, well, that's cool.
Well, in Crumbialot, but Crumbialot is rock type. That might be the other DLC, actually.
What, like the one that's after Teal Mask?
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I'm basically driving blind into this. Poison Fighting and Psychic Fairy.
I think it's poison with fighting psychic and fairy on each one, yeah.
Yeah. Hello?
It's
There we
very
go.
strange. I feel like
Yeah.
poison types in later gens
Perfect.
don't hit as hard for me as early poison types, which is not true of other types.
I still like a lot of poison types, I just happen to not like these specific ones.
Like I like Dragalge or Dragalge.
Dragalge.
What is the? What are the
I like Poipole and Naganadel personally.
I like Nihilego.
I do like Alolan Muck. I do like Alolan Muck. I think that's funny.
That one is funny.
Galarian Weezing. Love that guy.
That's true. That one's okay.
I like Grafaiai. Grafaiai's cool for me. Kind of just like a more specific Apom, and I like Apom for what it is. I hate using Apom, but I like Apom.
I love Apom. Apom is my goat.
Apom is just
an
an evergreen design for me. It's like just the perfect little stupid monkey Pokemon.
Hold on, I gotta hop out.
All right, please come back soon. I need somebody to bounce off of until I go to bed. Perfect. And I'll get Rabombi afterwards. I do like Rabombi. Not a huge fan of Cutiefly. Rabombi's cool. Alright, I'll get this one and then I'll go fight the fucking stupid thing that I hate. That fucking Pokemon that I hate. Monkey Dory, definitely my least favorite of the three. Alright, let me use some of these. Why do I have so many fucking potions now again? Alright, whatever. Oh, well, look at that. I could actually use one. Go figure. Alright. Let's go fuck this guy up. Why the fuck are you so tall? Yeah, I did. What, is this gonna be like a totem Pokemon fight now? Okay, it's a double fight again, so that means that I can't catch it here. Okie dokie. Great. The Titanic Monkey... Okay, yeah, it's Titan Battle. That's what I figured was gonna happen. Okay. I definitely appreciate the Morpeko on Carmine's team. It fits the Tsundere 5. Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. Can you use Aura Wheel next turn, though? Thank you. Thank you. Yep, alright. Oh no, not Nasty Plot. Don't do that. Num num. Do Shadow Claw. Oh, you have Flash Out. Okay. You like the fighting soundtrack? Yeah, this is one of the better battle themes that I've heard in this game so far. I haven't been a huge fan of a lot of the soundtrack, but I think that's maybe because I'm not a big fan of EDM. This song isn't bad. This song isn't bad. It's not one of my favorites in the series, but it's pretty good. I don't mind it. Num num. And then there's just Ogrepon in the back cheering us on. I like that Ogrepon is just the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Cheerleader. Okay, now we get the pictures with Carmine instead of the Kieran ones. Once again, the structure of the DLC is just better than the base game. This is like a real story that I feel like I'm going through now. As opposed to, like, whatever the hell was in the base game. Where everything just felt so disconnected. I'm shocked at how thoroughly I'm enjoying this. Your favorite was the Indigo disc? I'll have an updated opinion when I get there. I've been avoiding any spoilers on this game like the freaking plague, and I know that I'm really late on this, so you know, I'm hoping to get this done before ZA so I can play that on stream at some point as well. So I can go into that without being another year late like I was for this one. And I'll get a Lotad while I'm here. I at least want to see what Perrin has to say. I like to be thorough. Still trying to complete the shield decks? I have never completed a dex. I find the task really freaking boring. I complete as much of it as I can. I'm not doing it as of right now in Violet, but the way that I played Shield, Legends Arceus, and then this game for a little bit until I got really fucking bored with the base game was I just have here, I'll show it. So up until here, I'd say, was just like I was using all of these Pokemon as part of a rotating team. And then I stopped doing that because I got bored. The rest of these were added later because I just didn't feel like putting up with the game anymore and I just wanted to be done with it. So I just use whatever I like out of my favorites. I keep switching between them, train them up with EXP candies, and then go from there. Like, my first playthrough of Sword... Shield. I had Shield. My first playthrough of Shield, I had... my full team of 6 and then a full box was my rotating party. Just to kind of, like, test the waters to see if I liked playing like that. Then in Legends Arceus, I had a rotating team of over 100. And I really liked that. And then I did it again here, but this game's structure doesn't lend itself to that very well, so I stopped doing it towards the end because I just wanted to be done with the game. I'm tempted to do it again here. I'm tempted to try and, like, use a bunch of Pokemon again, but at the same time, I also kind of think it's not really worth it to only go through the DLCs that way at this point, so I'm just going to keep using my Super Paper Mario theme team I cooked up. You didn't enjoy Sword and Shield? I understand why people don't like Sword and Shield. For me, it was a case of it's good until it isn't. I really like the opening of Sword and Shield. It's one of the only Pokemon games that, like, brought me back to feeling like a kid again. And I like the story up until, like, the last segment of it. And then it just falls off of a fucking cliff for me. The actual gameplay loop in the wild area I found to be fine. It was kind of like it was sort of brainless, but I kind of enjoy that brainless play from time to time. Like, I'm the kind of person, like, the first Pokemon game I played was Gold. I don't use repels in any Pokemon game. You just hated the DLC? The DLCs put Sword and Shield off on a better note. It exists to pretty much just be story. Granted, one of the stories I didn't really like, but, like, the arc with the dojo was really good. I liked that the entire game was just the wild area at that point. I thought that it made for a good gameplay loop. And no matter what the DLC was, it's certainly better than the fucking climax of the base game. I enjoyed the DLCs for what they were, and I think that it let the game end off on not exactly a high note. I just like what it had to offer because I like the characters. That's about it. Because Sword and Shield is very heavily carried by its characters for me. I think that they're fun and memorable and have good writing, aside from the climax. We don't talk about the climax. The climax of Sword and Shield is one of the dumbest fucking stretches in any Pokemon game. The raids are fun. Raids are really fun, and I like the concept of TRs. I think that TRs was a good compromise between, like, the unparalleled, yeah, the raids are just fun. The raids are just fun, but I don't appreciate how the Terra raids don't really give you that much, all things considered, outside of XP. Like, TRs felt more worth it to me than doing anything for the crafting materials, because that was your only way to get them. And the world was relatively smaller. It felt like it was more in line with what the game expected of you, the way that I see it. Oh, Piloswine. Like, and then the TRs, I think, were kind of a good in-between in the same way that crafting is right now, between, like, the resource management of when TMs were not multi-use, or not infinite use, and then the unparalleled move pool customization that you got as of Gen 5. I think that it's a good in-between for that. Because, like, the TMs that you get are kind of like the whatever moves, and then the TRs are the moves that you would actually want to have multiple copies of, so it felt worth it to grind for them, which then got you experience, which let me play the way I wanted to at my own pace. So I think that Sword and Shield, while still not great, I would say, had a much better structure for what it was trying to be. It just... Sword and Shield really clicked with me at first, and if the ending was better, it probably would be among my favorite Pokemon games. It's just... God, the ending was stupid. Because, like, I mostly like most of the other shit that was in Sword and Shield. I'm fine with Dexit, because I think that the post-game of every Pokemon game just being like, oh, go and catch all of the Pokemon that you didn't yet is just really fucking boring. Your first game was X? I mean, everybody just sort of likes different things about Pokemon, so... I mean, for me personally, X is one of my least favorites, but that's technically partially because I think the team was really rushed when making it. Because X and Y, like, really make no sense. And a lot of its characters and stories are significantly underutilized. They're not, like, awful. They're not my least favorite in the series, but I don't particularly like them. So I'd say give some of the older games a try. Because, like, you might figure out that you like something about newer Pokemon. It's your favorite? Yeah, I think that that's very common that the first Pokemon game that you play is your favorite if you're still into the franchise. Just because, like, Pokemon's inherent strength is nostalgia. Like, I still really like Gold and Heart Gold, Soul Silver, the remakes. Even though they're not my favorite Pokemon games, I'm a Bizarro man. My favorite Pokemon game is Colosseum. I freaking love Colosseum so much, man. X in particular because of Xerneas. Xerneas is a decent design. I'm not the biggest fan of the Gen 6 decks, but Xerneas is a decent design. My one problem with Xerneas, it doesn't really have anything to do with Xerneas in particular. It's kind of just how it's used in the story. Ah, yes, I am going to use the power of life to power the ultimate weapon to destroy life. Like, how does that, like, work? If you attack first, she gets jealous. The Xerneas gets back in ZA. I'm pretty sure the entire Kalos Dex is going to be back for ZA. I can't imagine it's not going to be. It would make no sense otherwise. Oh, is she going to cheer us on? Give us a boost? Oh, that's neat. My one particular hope for Legends ZA has to do with a mechanic that I don't actually like. I'm not a big fan of Megas. It's just a very personal thing. Megas are my least favorite of the gimmicks. However, I hope that Magmortar gets one. Not because I want to see Magmortar get a Mega, but because I think its Mega Stone would be funny. Not in English, in Japanese. In Japanese, the line is, it's Bubby, Boober, and Boo Burn. So if it gets a Mega Evolution, its Mega Stone would be, I think, either Boobite or Boobernite. And I think that's hilarious. And I want for that to happen desperately, because I think it would be funny. And for no other reason. Huh. Super Fang doesn't do straight up half damage against Titan Pokemon. Good to know. Okie dokie. I'm less looking for Megas at this point. Aromatisse, do not say that around me. Aromatisse is, like, maybe my least favorite Pokemon of all time. I can't stand Aromatisse. What a waste of a Plague Doctor design. It looks ridiculous. I would be more interested in regional forms. I think that regional forms are probably my least favorite, my most favorite new Pokemon mechanic. I really like the concept of regional forms. Because the whole thing is, like, Pokemon is supposed to emulate real life. If you go to different regions, then you get, like, the same Pokemon, but it functions differently because, like, it evolved differently to serve a different niche. I think that that's fun. God fucking damn it. Okay, right, it's fairy type. I've been distracted. Well, that's an interesting ability, but okay. Yeah, I really would prefer if they would do more Colossian forms as opposed to more Mega Evolutions. Like, I know Mega Evolution is more popular, so I'm grasping at straws here, but, I mean, I can dream. Can you hit yourself, please? Thank you. Nice takedown. Okay. Yeah, so Legendary with a Mega. Any time that they have done a Legendary and given it explicitly a Mega, or even like one of the pseudo-legendaries, I think that they come out worse for the wear. I think that every single one of the Legendaries that has a Mega does not look good when it's a Mega, and the same goes for the pseudo-legendaries. All of them look ridiculous to me, so I would have to heavily disagree with giving a Legendary a Mega, but I know that they're gonna do it because I know that it's just marketing. They'd be stupid not to, because it's gonna sell. Like, Mega Rayquaza, don't like that one. I'm okay with Primal Groudon and Kyogre. I'm okay with them for two reasons. One, it doesn't really mess with their designs too much. It just sort of adds to them in concept in a way that isn't impeding on their already good designs. And it also gave them updated abilities, which they desperately needed after hidden abilities kind of ruined their niches. It kind of irked me in Gen 5 when, you know, Politoed got Drizzle. It sort of diminishes the impact of your legendary primordial Leviathan when its skills can be matched by a frog. So I'm okay with them for those two reasons, even though I don't like how they're introduced. Generation 6, as a full generation for me, the biggest problem with it was it really does not know how to tell its own stories. It got way, way, way too into its own high fantasy for me, and it doesn't work with Pokemon's writing style. It felt like it was trying way too hard for me, both of the Gen 6 games. That's probably also still biased since I started with Gen 2. The earlier days of Pokemon were much more grounded, I would say. So it's probably just a personal bias, but I like the shit that isn't grounded in Pokemon. Like, I liked Vanilla Sun and Moon. I liked Sword and Shield until I didn't. I like this DLC story so far. Black and White and Black and White 2, I'd be a fool to say aren't among the best in the series. And then, of course, there's Colosseum and XD, which are already probably, like, the most different in the franchise. You like Sun and Moon? I like Sun and Moon, too. What I don't like is Ultra. I don't like Ultra Sun and Moon. Never played Black and White? If there's any Pokemon game that I would recommend that you played if you started with Gen 6 and haven't gone back before, I would have to heavily recommend Black and White 2 above all else. I have a soft spot for the Johto games, but I can admit that they have a lot of problems that aren't in Black and White 2. It's just something that I personally enjoy. So, like, I don't know, if you have time, maybe play it. Totally unnecessary, Ultra Sun and Moon. Not only totally unnecessary, it fucking butchers nearly everything that I liked about that game, and then the rest of it was just vanilla Sun and Moon again. I can't stand what they did with that story. They butchered Lusamine, which ruins Lillian Gladion's appearances. I can't stand what they did with getting Ultra Necrozma, just in general. And then there's Rainbow Rocket, which is, like, out of the mainline games, the worst stretch of any Pokemon game. And I don't say that lightly. I've played every single one. It's one of the worst stretches of game ever. Team Rainbow Rocket. The only thing that people have told me in defense of Ultra Sun and Moon is that it's, like, a little bit harder, basically. Which, like, yeah, it is. I can respect that, but I don't just like Pokemon Colosseum because it's pretty difficult. Like, yes, Colosseum is difficult, and yes, I think that Colosseum is fun, but I don't only like it because of that. And if I did, it'd be really shallow. You don't think you can play Black and White with the graphics? Black and White with the sprite art is, in my opinion, the best looking games in the series. The sprite art was at its peak there, but, like, if you don't like sprite art, then yeah, I can totally get it. Since you started with the 3D era of Pokemon, I can imagine it would probably be a little jarring. But what I will say is, speaking as someone who's been with Pokemon since very literally damn near the beginning, upon the transition to 3D with X and Y, the game's visual quality took a dip. If you don't like sprite art yet, the Pokemon sprite art is probably the best bet to actually getting to like them, I would say. And Black and White is the peak of the sprite art, I would say. The other games all have very good sprite art in their own way, and yes, I'm counting Generation 1. The Generation 1 sprites have a lot of very different personality to them that you don't really see anymore. But, like, they're good in their own way, I would say. You just kind of got to get used to them. But yeah, Black and White, if you can get past that they're not 3D, tried to play Shining Pearl and hated it, BDSP fucking suck. BDSP fucking suck. Ultra Sun and Moon are my least favorite games in the series, but BDSP, I think, are the worst. Ultra Sun and Moon just personally pisses me off more. Yeah, the problem with BDSP is that they tried way, way, way too close to emulate Generation 4. But, like, Why would I do Shining Pearl or Brilliant Diamond when I can just play Platinum instead? Which was, you know, made for the DS. Right? Like, the old top-down camera style, when they were using just 2D sprites, worked when they were just using 2D sprites. It doesn't work when they did that, like, 2.5D bullshit for BDSP. That whole game just doesn't work. The whole game is a flop. If you want, like, the real, authentic Gen 4 experience, just play Platinum. Just play Platinum. That's the only thing that I can tell you. I love how much of a douchebag Carmine is. So yeah, Pokemon games that I would recommend playing if you ever feel like going back to the older ones. Black White 2. I have to shill for the Ore games, so please play Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness, but that's very personal. I fucking love Coliseum. And then I'd say Emerald. Emerald is a good one, and then whatever else looks interesting to you. You don't have to love them either, but I think that if you haven't played the first generation, then I think that Fire Red and Leaf Green are kind of necessary, I would say, just to see where things began. If you really can't stomach the original first generation. Gen 1 is definitely very strange if you didn't grow up with it and kind of just know how to play the game to begin with. Because there's a lot that's missing. There's only one special stat, there's no physical special split, the sprites are all fucked up and weird looking. All the glitches. Like, I still think that for what they are, Generation 1 is still very well put together for what it is, and I enjoy playing the first generation. But Fire Red and Leaf Green is basically just, like, better Gen 1. So I'd say Fire Red, Leaf Green are, like, necessary. Not the best. Not the best. I'm not a Gen 1-er. I'm not a Gen 1-er. Just necessary. I think it's important. I think it's important to figure out where the game started. Waste of money. BDSP was absolutely a waste of money. It was a waste of my fucking time, too. That game tried my patience more than most other Pokemon games. Holy Jesus, why are there so many dropped frames right now? What the hell happened to my internet all of a sudden? Oh, there aren't any anymore. What the why did it spike like that? Jesus Christ. Jesus, okay. Sorry if you missed any of my conversation. I have no idea what the fuck happened. OBS is just telling me that I had a shitload of dropped frames all of a sudden. Somebody must be watching something upstairs. God, I can't fucking wait to move out. Yeah, okay, it's probably dark type. This one's a dark type. Yeah, sure, but I have a feeling they're gonna kind of butcher it if they remake it. I'm kind of done with the whole remake shit. You can't stand the graphics. I guess it's my turn to be hurt inside now, because you're just like, oh, I don't like the older Pokemon graphics, because I'm fucking old man. Give one of them a shot and just keep playing it. If you don't like sprite art yet, that game might be what turns you around on it. Just sort of let it happen, because just because something is different, that doesn't mean that it necessarily looks bad. You know? There are a lot of things that I thought that I wouldn't like about new Pokemon that I ended up liking a lot. So just, like, you know, give it a shot. Just give it a shot. Maybe you'll like it. You never know. Especially because I don't trust Pokemon to remake Black and White after BDSP. ORAS is also a game that I think is super overrated, but I respect the attempt at it. What I definitely don't like is BDSP. Fire Red and Leaf Green and Heart Gold and Soul Silver were necessary remakes, and they definitely were much... They were much better as remakes because they included pretty much extra content and all of the content from the extra versions. Like, Heart Gold Soul Silver includes all of the content of Crystal in full. And also, it adds the entire Battle Frontier. So, like, I respect that more as a remake than ORAS and BDSP. Because ORAS basically tried to reinvent the wheel, and it failed at it, in my opinion. And then BDSP are just fucking bad. They're bad. They're bad video games. So I don't trust them to remake Black and White. I'm sure it'll happen eventually, but I don't want them to. I'm not one of those people who thinks that Black and White 1 nor 2 are perfect by any means, and I think that there are a lot of things that you can do to improve them. But the games are already good enough as it is. And if you want to seek them out, you can just emulate them at this point. Especially considering those games physical, if you find them at a used game shop, cost like $200+. I fucking love Carmine. Oh my god. So, like, the reason why I say that the 3D games was kind of a big jump for us is not because they look better. A lot of the 3D models, especially as far as Gen 6 goes, lost a lot of their personality. It's very lagged according to OBS for me. I guess that might be my cue to stop soon, because I don't know what's going on with my internet connection right now. Very strange. I've never seen it do that. Because it seems fine now. So, like, a lot of the 3D models sort of lost a lot of the personality that the sprites had. Which is why a lot of people, like, say that they prefer the old graphics. So that's why I say just, like, give it a shot. I'm not 100% sure that it's on your end. I think it might be on my end, but I'm not exactly sure why. My connection was pretty fine and stable until a few, probably like 10, 20 minutes ago, and then it just shit the bed. I'm not sure what's going on with it. But yeah, give the older games a shot, and like if you don't like the art yet, just... The way that I will say to think about it is the 2D sprites are much better at allowing your brain to fill in the blanks. So just let your brain fill in the blanks. They're not fully animated, but the sprites have so much more personality to them because they're in a specific pose, or the Pokemon move differently on, we're talking about like Black and White 2. Yeah, I'm old. I think I'm gonna reach the town and then probably go to bed. It's 11:30. I got work in the morning, and I think that's a good place to end it. I basically made story progress, and I did some side capturing for Parents Quest. If they add them to Switch Online, you might try. They probably will at some point. If you're comfortable with emulating, the DS emulators are decent. You can definitely emulate the DS games very easily, and the Game Boy and GBA games are even easier if you want to try to emulate them. Those emulators are really easy to get. Yeah, if you don't already own the games, they're fucking expensive. I don't recommend trying to get them physically if you don't already own them. But emulation for them is easy enough. If you're looking for a safe emulation site, like, to get ROMs from, you can try, like, Vim's Lair, see if they still have them. Other than that, you're kind of on your own. Because I do not recommend trying to find those games physically, and Nintendo's been adding games to NSO at a fucking snail's pace. So it'll be, like, probably another 3 years before we even see heads or tails of some of the older Pokemon games. Especially because the DS presents a lot of its own challenges, just because of how this console was set up. Remaking DS games is, like, kind of weird, because a lot of them were made to use the dual screen or the touchscreen gimmick, so there are a lot of things that you can't really get on an experience without having either the physical hardware or emulating so that you can see the second screen. Like, there are a lot of games that were remade from the DS era that kind of work, but there's a piece of them that's missing. Like, Ace Attorney and Pokemon work out fine enough with subtle changes, but then there's, like, The World Ends With You, which basically uses every single one of the DS's features. And the Switch port is by far the worst of the ways to play the original The World Ends With You. Just because the DS's unique hardware presents so many challenges. That's yet another reason why I would recommend emulation, because you're not going to be getting a truly authentic experience. A lot of the games that were made for the DS were A, made for a different era, and B, made to use the console that it was made for in ways that you're not going to see with the Switch. So it's like, emulate them or find them physical, and if you're going to try to find them physical, good luck. Hope for a Nintendo DS app on Switch too, so you can play Black and White. Yeah, they're adding it at a fucking snail's pace, though. I'm pretty sure it's lagging pretty hard if you're only talking to me at that point from what I was talking about. Wow. That's a neat little arc for Kieran. I wish that I kind of got to see a little bit more of that. It feels like there's a piece missing, but this was made to be DLC, so I can't expect it to have the same level of detail as a base game. Alright, I can do that. I'm gonna take Ogerpon back to the den and then go to bed, I think. Oh, hi, Rockruff. Oh, I'm going the right way, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh, hey, Stantler. Get in the ball. Oh, this one's got Intimidate, too. Imagine that. Yay! Oh, excuse me. I'm a tire. Okay, so I guess there's no evolution available here, or at least maybe not yet. I don't know. Maybe Wordier's in this game. Regular Vulpix. Love some regular Vulpix. I love foxes. Yep, come on. Okie dokie. Oh, hello back here. Interesting. Yeah, closing thoughts on one thing. I wouldn't hold my breath for DS on NSO for Switch 2. I wouldn't be holding my breath for it because I have no idea how the logistics of that are going to work, because the whole dual screen gimmick and the stylus is going to be awkward on Switch 2. We got a battle for it now. Yeah, okay, I figured there was going to be a battle. Alright. Oh, it's not going to force me into the battle. I can save and quit. Alright, cool. Then I'm done for the night. I don't feel like doing this right now. I gotta go to bed. I got work in the morning. I got shit to do. Alright. I guess as a sign-off, I'm hopefully going to have a video on Violet's structure ready to go up on YouTube soon enough, so to anyone who's watching either the stream archive or to anyone who's still actually watching the stream, catch you for that. Follow me on all the other shit that's listed. I do cosplays too. See ya.